Welcome to the club. I have cup fever. We're going to watch Nottingham Forest take on Manchester City. Of course, we're going to be keeping an eye on events at Anfield as Tottenham are obviously going to capitulate and Liverpool will be crowned champions. Big day for you, Sir Buvey.
Yeah, well, we were saying off camera, it feels a little bit like this could be the final. If Nottingham Forest win this, then obviously it'll be a very tight game with Crystal Palace. But Man City, I think, would be massively feel comfortable against Crystal Palace in a final versus Aston Villa.
I think you're completely right. I don't think it's snide or anything like that either to suggest. I think it's just fact. If you're playing Crystal Palace in a FA Cup final, Crystal Palace at Wembley, that's a dream. I would say the same. You know, when England were in a Euros or England were playing in a World Cup and we ended up playing Sweden in the last 16. Yeah. Sweden are a great side. Yeah. Great players, great history of football. But you have to be happy to play Sweden at that stage in the competition. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's the same with regard to Crystal Palace here. Crystal Palace waiting for the winners of Nottingham Forest versus Manchester City. It must have inspired both Man City fans and Forest fans beyond belief, mustn't it? Yeah,
I think Forest will... this is the thing. It's not like I'm saying we're going to beat Forest. I think it's a very tight game. I think it's got a good chance of going to penalties or extra time. I think it could be very, very tight. And I think Forest, if Forest get there with Palace, what an unbelievable story for the FA Cup. I'm a City fan. I've seen my side win it multiple times. Very, very lucky to say that, considering where Man City were. Nottingham Forest haven't won it since 1959. Yeah. Palace have never won it in 150 years. So we're talking nearly 200 years of football history.
Don't you think that
in the FA Cup final potentially?
Do you not think that regardless of this fixture and regardless of who ultimately wins it, Man City win today and Man City win the final 5-0? Do you not think that it's still been a great year for the Cup?
Definitely.
It doesn't matter who wins it.
I think it's better if Palace won it. It'd be a great narrative for English football in a whole different way. I think so.
Well, you like the idea of Palace winning it more so.
If Man City can't win it for whatever reason, if Man City were unlucky today against Nottingham Forest, I'd love Palace to win it.
Is the story not bigger for Forest? Just because of their history, Brian Clough...
But they've already won the FA Cup. You know, Palace have never won the FA Cup. Do you know what I mean? And Palace have been so good this season. The way they won in the semi-final against Aston Villa, the quality of the goals from Eze, Adam Wharton in midfield. It was outrageous. The goal from Sarr.
I know.
Mate.
And do you know what as well, mate? Do you know where I feel like we have to go with this? Any conversation when you talk about Crystal Palace. And I think the obvious thing to do is to flag the brilliance of the players in the way that you did. But I think when you do that, you're missing the glaring beacon, like the jewel in the crown. It's Oliver Glasner.
Yeah.
Like, it just shows you getting the appointment right, the managerial appointment right. Everything changes. Nuno Espirito Santo was right for Nottingham Forest. Look at the trajectory of the club. So look at that, Nigel Clough scoring goals there. Look at this, Roy Keane.
Wow.
Roy Keane celebrating. Wow, look at this Forest.
Roy Keane was young there.
Unbelievable, really young, yeah.
You'd have been relegated with Forest that season, I think.
Yeah, it could have well been. Could well have been. But yeah, you just have to acknowledge the contribution of the manager, don't you? Like Oliver Glasner.
Fantastic.
It's very difficult to do this. Very difficult, impossible in fact. But can I make a case for Oliver Glasner for Manager of the Year? Not giving it to him, but I feel like I can make a case.
Only if they win it.
Only if they win it.
Yeah, I think so. With all due respect, I think you'd have to give it to Nuno. If Nuno got them into the Champions League.
Nuno Espirito Santo, on a slot, obviously. So on a slot is probably Manager of the Year, will probably win it. I would say that Eddie Howe is a genuine contender. If not, if I were voting, I think I would say Eddie Howe.
I would, yeah.
Nuno Espirito Santo, however, if they qualify for the Champions League and win the FA Cup, I think it's his. It's amazing, isn't it? And then Oliver Glasner.
Players that you're like, mate, like Yates. I mean,
Ryan Yates. Is it Ryan Yates?
Limited footballer.
Ryan Yates has become, you know, sometimes in a football team, you just need the guy that represents the fans on the pitch.
Yeah.
Dennis Wise was keeping Didier Deschamps out of the team. Didier Deschamps lifted the World Cup in 1998.
Yeah.
Dennis Wise was keeping him out of the team because of what Dennis Wise represents.
You're probably missing a bit of that now, aren't you? I know you had a good result on the weekend, but
part of the reason why we needed Conor Gallagher so badly.
Yeah.
You need that 100%. Continuity. You need that almost fan-like approach. On
Pereira
the pitch.
Wolves is a good shout as well.
Pereira, no doubt.
Yeah, from Jack, who's got a camera on on the stream today.
No doubt.
I don't know if he wants to say hello.
Hello, everyone.
Oh wow!
Hey.
Look at this. Is this your debut on camera?
I think I used to be way back before we were sponsored by Sky Bet because I wasn't old enough for Sky Bet back then.
There you are now.
I am now.
There you are now, baby.
Mate, he's in with Sky Bet. We've got a massive offer with Sky Bet. There's a £1 free build a bet on the Liverpool versus Tottenham game. Click the link in the description down below. Go to the Sky Bet app, opt in, and you'll be able to create a free bet. 18 plus T's and C's apply. Be gamble aware.
That's really good,
Juicy.
isn't it? A £1 free build a bet on Liverpool versus Tottenham. Like, totally free. All you've got to do is click the link in the description, download the app.
It's a free hit anyway. I think Liverpool will be in a great place today. I think there'll be a lot of people watching the stream thinking where Adam is. Is it related to Liverpool maybe winning the league?
Can I tell you
today?
my honest appraisal here?
Yeah.
I think it is.
Skiving.
I think Adam has decided that he can't be live watching Liverpool. His brain just can't take it. He can't live in a world where he has to watch Liverpool knock Manchester United off of their perch.
They equalise, don't they? And then next season they can actually...
Yeah, but you're knocked off your perch. Once it becomes 20...
yeah.
Once it's...
Yeah, then it's you're sharing it with people.
You're sharing it. It's not your perch anymore, is it?
That's a good shout, yeah. But I've been thinking about that. I think, how can you be the biggest club in the world, or certainly in England, if you've got less European Cups than Liverpool, and by the end of next season, in a year's time now, if Liverpool retain the Premier League for the first time in their history in the Premier League era, and Liverpool go ahead of them in league titles as well, can you be the biggest club in England?
Do you know what Liverpool have struggled with regard to Manchester United in this debate, if you're our generation? Manchester United have had the success, and Manchester United, this thing counts a touch, I think. You know, just in terms of like the stature of the club, the stadium and light. A decade or so ago, Manchester United's ground was a beacon. It was enormous. For like, the only ground that it was comparable to was Wembley Stadium.
Yeah.
Liverpool have equalised that, but the success on the pitch is so valuable. It's so vital. No, to answer your question, like as crude a way as possible, just like straight up, no nuance. You said, can you be the biggest club in the country if you haven't won the league for over a decade?
15 years. Then you go behind Liverpool, second most amount of league titles in the history
less
of
trophies,
English
less
football.
European Cups, the ones that really matter.
Maybe even finals appearances. I'm sure Liverpool are there in the last 10, 15 years. FA Cup finals and winning league
But also,
Cup.
it's the recent thing. Like, you don't have to be that old to remember Robbie Fowler scoring in front of the Stretford end and going like that to Manchester United fans, 4-2. He was saying 4 European Cups, 2.
Now
like, they've Liverpool have putting them on. And you think about the appearances in finals.
Yeah.
They lost in Kiev. They lost in Paris. Like, they're nearly winning. They're nearly bloody winning every year.
They could have been on 7 or 8 Champions Leagues. Currently on 6, I think it is. Obviously.
Yeah, they're on 6.
But they could be on 7 or 8.
But when you think about what 6 represents as well, like, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure someone in the comments will. But AC Milan are obviously like a great... AC Milan, by some definition, when I was a kid, were the biggest club in the world. They are enormous. Their kit is iconic. The San Siro, it doesn't get better. Think of the legendary players that have played for that club. They've only won it 8. So Liverpool are on 6. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Like, Liverpool were on 6. Yeah. Liverpool also, because of English football, had a period where we weren't competing in Europe. So if you kind of factor in everything, Liverpool could easily be the biggest team in the world. It's not.
I think they are. I think they are. Why do Man United deserve to be the biggest? Because David Beckham played for them in 1999. Like, seriously, I think they are living on
the argument
Netflix
for Man United
docs a little bit, and like they're living on the kind of nostalgia. And Roy Keane does Sky Sports, and Gary Neville. They're fantastically represented, and it's them two head and shoulders above everyone else: Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, Everton, Aston Villa. But I don't know if they are number 1. Are they number 1 anymore? How can you be number 1
in my
being
brain,
bottom half of the Premier League?
Because do you know why I'm not a great person to answer this, and I totally concede that I get this wrong, because I just see Man United as the biggest team in the country, because I saw them win trebles and I saw them win back-to-back leagues again and again and again, all through my childhood.
It's gone now, man.
Yeah, it has.
I'm the same as you. Obviously, a little bit younger, and I've seen the back end of Ferguson a little bit more.
But it's just
Man
entrenched
City.
knowledge to me.
But now it's like it's not 5 years ago, Ferguson. We're talking 50. I don't think they'll win a Premier League in this decade. We're halfway through the decade, 2020s. They're not going to win a title this decade.
But do you have anything in your life, like, take it away from football, do you have anything in your life that's just like a learned knowledge that it's true, and because you believe it to be true, and that's how it is because that's what you've learned? Do you know what I mean? Like, I find it very difficult to reassess and redefine Man United. And, you know, we were watching Man United there against Bournemouth. We watched Rasmus Højlund score a last-minute equaliser against 10 men at Bournemouth and go potty. And you're like, wait, that's not the team in my brain.
It's embarrassing.
That's not the team that's
embarrassing.
The team that's in my brain is basically a world-renowned international captain in every position.
Yeah.
Peter Schmeichel, best goalie in the world. Dennis Irwin, best left back in the world.
Yeah.
Gary Pallister, one of the best. Steve Bruce, one of the best. Paul Parker or whoever it would have been on the other side, one of the best. Bang, bang, bang. And then the next generation. Evra one side, Van der Sar behind, Vidic. Best. And now you're going, I don't think Rasmus Højlund is as good as Lyndon Dykes.
No, Michael Chopra, but I don't think so.
I genuinely don't.
So. No,
I
agree
genuinely don't. Like, if Rasmus Højlund doesn't lead the line for Man United in the Premier League, who does he lead the line for? So Man United release him and give him out on a free.
Swansea City.
No, but does he Premier League teams? Literally, does he get into any Premier League team?
Well, Brentford are 11th or 12th at the moment. And Buem's got 18 goals this season.
Yeah.
Visser's got 16, I think.
Yeah. So no. So he doesn't get in
So it's not Brentford
side.
then. He's not a Brentford striker.
But
He's not good enough for Brentford.
He's not.
Thomas Frank wouldn't sign him.
He's not better than Danny
Danish.
Welbeck. He's not better than Danny
he's
Welbeck,
not
who
better
left
than
the
Danny
club, who's playing for Brighton.
He's
Danny
not better than
Welbeck-
Liam Delap. They just got relegated Ipswich yesterday.
Maybe this is the moment. Right, this second, I'm going to reassess my relationship with Man United. I'm going to redefine. Oh, look at Nigel. Look at this. Nigel Clough. The last time Nottingham Forest played in the semi-final
Wow.
was against West Ham United in 1991. That looks like Villa Park.
Wow. Who scored there? Who's that?
That is... I don't know.
Telling it that it's so grainy, the footage.
1990, so grainy.
Wow. Look at
Played-
the finish.
Who is it? That's Roy Keane.
That's Roy Keane, yeah.
So that's Roy Keane
He's so
scoring
skinny
there.
there. He's so skinny. We're watching the highlights.
This
from
is
Forest,
amazing. Yeah, that is
West Ham.
definitely Villa Park, isn't it? Look, you can see the terrace behind. That's a goal. Is that Stuart Pearce? Yeah, Stuart Pearce.
Wow.
Stuart Pearce with his right foot. That doesn't happen often. That's Des Walker. Gary Charles.
That's a good finish.
That's Gary Charles, I think.
That's a
Do you remember
great
Gary
finish.
Charles had the clash with Gazza when it broke Gazza's knee? Remember when
who's that with?
with Gary
who's at
Charles in the final that year.
Ah,
Gary
in
Charles and
Tottenham.
Gazza. Gazza tried to foul him
Tottenham?
and just broke his own knee.
Fuck it. I've not seen that. I can't remember that.
Oh, mate, it's like Gazza's famous injury at Wembley.
Is it? Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. Oh, we've got a nice super chat here, by the way, from Danny Youssef. He says, morning, fellas. Wishing you a healthy and happy Sunday. Please, some thoughts on El Clasico yesterday. Absolutely mental. Our treble hope is alive. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched the highlights and the way Real Madrid were acting. Rudiger's come out and apologised. They
Didn't he
were
throw an ice
embarrassing.
cube at a referee?
Yeah, stuff like that. It was just embarrassing. But you got to say fair play to Barcelona. They are absolutely outrageous. They really are Barcelona. They're on for a treble. And a few of the sides in the Champions League are still on for a treble. Inter Milan, obviously, they got a difficult result against AC Milan in the cup.
I need somebody, and Booth, I'm going to ask you the question, but if there's anybody in the comments who can help me out here, I'm going to put my cards on the table. I now live for the rest of this season for Arsenal not to win the European Cup. That's who I support. Whoever's playing Arsenal,
Anti-Arsenal, yeah.
I'm not a proud man. This is petty from me. It's pathetic from me, but it's who I am. I don't watch enough of Spanish football or Italian football to know who's more likely to beat Arsenal in the final, because I believe Arsenal are going to beat Paris Saint-Germain. Are Inter the governors that I'm led to believe they are, and are more likely to beat Arsenal, or are Barcelona? Basically, who do I need to support if I want Arsenal to lose the final?
I think you want Barca to get to the final. I think Inter have got a bit more experience. A large part of that side, including the manager Inzaghi, obviously got to the final against Man City a few years ago. They were very, very close to getting a result, taking it to extra time. Lukaku obviously missed big
Largely,
chances
is it the
at
same
end.
team?
Largely the same
the
team.
same
You got
team.
DeMarco left wing back. You got Bastoni at centre back. Loads of them are still there. So I think on some level, Arsenal-Inter is a bit more of a dry final. But I think if it was Arsenal-Barcelona, Barcelona could smash them 4-0 in the final. That's how good they are.
Are they that good?
Yeah, they could. I
Yeah.
think if Arsenal lived up to their expectation, it'd be a very, very end-to-end game. I think they are equally as good. But Barcelona with Hansi Flick, this guy's already won the Champions League with Bayern Munich in COVID.
Yeah, he knows what it's about, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a top manager, man.
Yeah.
And guess what? Your mate, you told me this about a year ago. Your mate put the bet on, I think, for Rafinha to win the Ballon d'Or.
Rafinha Ballon d'Or. I did tell you that.
Right now, who's favourite to win the Ballon d'Or right now?
It's not Rafinha. Is it? Do you know who that was?
I still think it was 37%.
That's a Leeds fan who is my producer at TalkSport. He went Rafinha for the Ballon d'Or.
He's top right
about
now
a year
after
ago.
last night.
Yeah,
He's top.
that's amazing.
Above Yamal and all the other guys.
I tell you what, that is some prediction, isn't it?
That's crazy.
And he put the bet on as well. That is some
I hope he
prediction.
put good money on it.
Mate, in it,
Not £1, I hope. I hope he put 100 quid on something.
isn't it great? Totally changing the subject. I just want to talk about it. Graham Potter.
Yeah, you were right about that as well.
Yeah. Every now and again.
I've got to start listening to you a bit
You've
more.
got to start listening to me. You're too quick to deride me, Buvey. You're too quick to deride me. Did you think there's a problem in this? I, for the record, don't. I sometimes worry when I say, do you think there's a problem? People think I think there's a problem, and I don't. See Declan Rice at the boxing?
Yeah, with Rashford.
I was surprised the Villa players were there, if I'm honest. Off the back of losing...
Sort of sitting there and
Oh,
chilling.
Going to the boxing is a party time. It's a celebration. Anybody that buys tickets or goes to the boxing,
Yeah,
they're
it's a
doing
treat.
it as a treat.
Yeah.
If you just got battered at Wembley, maybe the treat...
Yeah, but this is Marcus Rashford we're talking about.
No, but it's Ollie Watkins as well.
Sorry, I didn't know he was
It's
there.
Jacob Ramsey. It's...
I didn't see that.
No, a lot of the Villa players.
Oh, right.
Yeah. A lot of the Villa
I think Villa really disappointed in the last few weeks. I think that they're on some level. If you either get to the FA Cup final and lose still to PSG, fine. Or if you get to the Champions League semi-finals against Arsenal
and maybe go out the FA Cup.
and go out the FA
Yeah.
Cup, but they lost to Man City in the Champions League race in the Premier League. They've kind of, what's the saying? Jack of all trades, master of none. They've not they've spread bet so thin. They've got no value out of the season.
Do you know what as well? I don't necessarily see it this way, but you know the theory around Unai Emery. You know the way that a lot of Arsenal fans will talk quite derogatorily about Unai Emery. They'll suggest that he's not the man that maybe you and I think he is. You and I both wax lyrical about Unai Emery.
Him, yeah.
You know, everybody who doesn't rate him, you know, they used weeks like this to say, this is him.
He's a bit negative, mate. He's a bit like PSG is a big game. You could get blown away by PSG. You got to treat it with respect. Yeah, Jacob Ramsey on the left wing, cutting in and packing in midfield. He left Ollie Watkins out. I would if I was Ollie Watkins, I would have just quit my contract. I would have signed out of my contract. I would have ripped my contract.
But you know what I think
livid.
about Watkins, mate? He's just not very good. He's just like...
I think he gets you something against...
Like,
Okay, maybe it's not PSG, but...
Rashford is better than him. And do you remember when they had
Not as a
Durant?
number 9. Not as a number 9. He was playing down the middle. And the reason I saw it, and I tweeted about Marcus Rashford, and it feels like a bit of a pile-on for Marcus Rashford for the sake of it. And I get that because I'm not a big Marcus Rashford fan. But he lost the ball in the first 5-6 minutes against PSG. He lost the ball, really heavy touch. The kind of touch that you have at Power League when you're 10-0 up. And it's 5 minutes to go before 6 p.m. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's wanting to go home. He took a heavy touch, lost the ball. They went out the other end and scored. You just think... I don't think he's a Champions League footballer. I don't think he's got the silk. I don't think he's got the kind of
See, I
maturity.
I just don't think that Ollie Watkins is that good. Like, this isn't a personal thing. Ollie Watkins gave me one of the best moments of my life. Seriously, like I would say that Ollie Watkins scoring that goal late on against the Dutch in Dortmund is top 3, top 5 moments I've ever had in a football stadium. Right, Munich obviously number 1, 97 FA Cup. Maybe Dortmund comes into the top 5. But I just don't think he's a very good player.
But he's better than Rashford.
Is he?
Yeah.
But if you're...
Yeah. They
don't
could have fired things into it. He came on in the 75th minute or something, really late on. He's way better than that. I'm sorry. Like, if he's scoring goals like that for England, then he is good enough to score goals against PSG in the Champions League. And he changed the game when he came on as well, and they had a good push in the final 20 minutes. But Unai Emery got that wrong. Starting Rashford down the middle against PSG was a mistake.
Yeah.
It really was.
See, I think that we rate Watkins primarily because of what's around at the moment rather than how good he is. Like, if Ollie Watkins was playing football in 1997, I don't think he's a Premier League footballer because of the amount of strikers around.
I don't think he's world class. But Rashford is not he's better than Rashford as a number 9.
Through the middle, yeah. Yeah, I think it's
you can fire stuff into him and he'll take a touch and he'll link play. Rashford loses the ball so much. So I don't see the value in the amount that he loses the ball. The turnovers, just, you're going to get killed against PSG. You're going to get killed against Man City.
This could end up being quite an uninspiring season, couldn't it, for Villa? You know, if they end up out of the top 4, trophyless.
Well, sorry, they aren't going to win a trophy.
They could get in the top 4 still.
No FA Cup finals.
Top 5.
They won't. It's over.
I don't think it's over.
You won?
No, I don't think. Well, I hope we get there, obviously, and I think that we now have a very good chance. We've taken 6 points in the last 3 days or 6 days or whatever it is. But if you're Villa and you put the pressure on us, we've got to go to Forest. We've got to go to St James's Park.
I don't think you make it.
We've got to play Liverpool.
I think you're ahead of them. I think they'll come 7th.
Oh, you don't think we make it, and you think
I don't think you'll
come
make
ahead
it.
of them?
I don't think you'll make it.
No, I don't think we're going to make it. But I still feel like if you're a Villa fan or if you're Unai Emery, you should probably believe that you are.
They're miles off it. They cannot lose to Man City in the game. If they draw, fair enough, but you can see it in their reaction. They were distraught. They were distraught. That Mateus Nunes goal ended their Champions League hopes, in my opinion. I think that was mirrored by the analysis from Sky Sports as well on the evening. It was just like, I think it's over for Aston Villa in the Champions League. There's just not enough games to go. Nottingham Forest have got a game in hand. I backed Newcastle. Man City.
Newcastle, the real deal.
Yeah,
Newcastle and Eddie Howe are the real deal. Like, we're going back to our conversation that we had at the top of the show, where we were talking about manager of the year this year. Look, it will be Arne Slot. I'm sure it will be, because that's how it tends to go. If you win the league, you're manager of the year. Apart from, can you name the most recent?
What's that?
There's 2 managers. Quiz question for you. I believe there's only 2, but I'll say, can you name 2 managers in the Premier League era that have not won the league, that have been anointed manager of the year?
Wow. Harry Redknapp?
I don't believe so.
No.
There's one very recent, and then there's one from probably 10 years ago, 15.
Manager of the year?
So he
didn't win the league?
Didn't win the league. Generally speaking, if you win the league, you're manager of the year. Almost always.
Of course, yeah.
But very recently, we saw a situation where that didn't happen, and then we saw it.
Eddie Howe?
Nope. Tell me when you give up.
I've already given up.
Okay.
I have no idea.
So Jurgen Klopp won it.
Yeah.
2 years.
I was thinking that.
Jurgen Klopp won it 2 years ago, and then prior to that, can you believe it? Tony Pulis at Stoke.
Well, for getting them into Europe,
Or maybe
keeping them up.
Tony Pulis, anyway. Tony
Yeah,
Pulis.
yeah.
Tony Pulis was at Palace, by the way.
Tony Pulis at Palace.
keeping them up last.
Tony Pulis.
They were bad that season.
Tony
Didn't they
Pulis.
beat you in the running? There was a crazy game where they beat you out of nowhere.
Yeah. Weirdly, they've got quite a good record against us of late, Palace. Like, they didn't. Like, there was a thing that it took. They didn't beat us at Stamford Bridge for a long time. Like, it was Ian Wright. Ian Wright and Mark Bright were the 2 that destroyed us one year. Then we had quite a good. Record up until my wedding day, April the 1st, 2017.
Wow.
They beat us at Stamford Bridge. So I'm getting married. And what's the score? Because we're competing for the league. Bloody Palace beat us 2-1.
That's crazy.
Oh, Buvey, you were right, by the way. Harry Redknapp did
Wow.
win it and didn't win the league. And Alan Pardew did. Where would that have been? Newcastle.
That was Papi
that
Cisse
year.
season.
That year when
Demba
they
Ba,
were
Papi
good.
Cisse out front.
Yeah. Who else was in that team? What was
Kabay?
the central mid? Yeah, Johan Kabay.
Who
Who's the back line?
The lad that scored against
Jonas
Arsenal.
Gutierrez? Was he
he
part
was
of
in
that
the
team?
squad.
Jonas
he would have been in the squad,
Gutierrez,
Tiote?
Czech Tiote, yeah. So what would that have been? It wouldn't have been the team that drew 4-4 with Newcastle. Oh, sorry, with Arsenal at St James's.
It's the same side, yeah.
Same side. That
4-4, I think, was the season before.
That 4-4.
I think he was there for 2.5 years.
So it wouldn't have been.
Pardew had an
Would it have
8-year
been
contract.
Laurent Robert?
Lauren Robert?
No, that's
Yeah.
way back.
No, Lauren Robert
This
is
is
the 90s.
11-12.
11-12, right.
Yeah, Cisse against you lot, remember?
Yeah.
What a goal that was. Were you there for
I
that?
was there for that, mate. The 2 goals that day were unbelievable. And that was a day. Do you know what was great about that day? You know when Newcastle fans tell you about their amazing support? When that goal goes in, have a look how many Newcastle fans are in the away end. That's 6 of them. Just before we get underway here, look at Wembley Stadium, resplendent. God, look at it. Look at it. God, Buvey, look at the chunk of City fans that haven't sold. Oh, cut to Buvey. Cut to Buvey.
Don't cut to me.
Cut to Buvey.
Rory's
Did
got,
you see
Rory's
that?
got an ad read to read.
Did you see that huge section of tickets that hasn't been sold there? Unbelievable. But before we get into this game, I need to just let you know we have an amazing Sky Bet offer for you. A £1 free builder bet on Liverpool Tottenham. All you have to do is go into the link in the description below, sign up, click the link. You will get a £1 free builder bet on Liverpool versus Tottenham. Literally £1, totally free. 18 plus, terms and conditions apply. Be gamble aware. I'm excited. I've got a cut fever here. Do you know what, Booth? In a non piss takey way, it is quite bad that there's an entire chunk of your end.
Can I give you some information?
Tell you what you're not allowed to do.
Yeah.
Because it makes me look really bad if you do this. What you're not allowed to do is start talking about socio-economic issues. Because
don't just say it like that.
Because you take a moral high ground against me and it makes me look awful when I'm not
going to
saying
give
that.
a moral high ground.
Okay.
I'm going to give you some information and you can
Process it
be
as you
honest
will.
with it. Yeah,
Yeah.
fine. In the last 20 years, Nottingham Forest fans have collectively spent or bought tickets, 70,000 tickets for Wembley, for all the appearances they've ever had at Wembley in the last 20 years. Do you know what the number is for Man City fans?
Yeah, okay, this is a great game. In how long? 20 years.
That's 20 years. We're talking semi-finals.
Everything, yeah. So
everything.
in the last 20 years,
Wembley
you've been
tickets.
to at a really loose
Forest
estimation.
70,000.
At a really loose estimation. So that means Forest are probably
That's a couple of games. Playoff final, whatever.
Couple of games. So in the last 20 years, you've been to Wembley. I mean, you won the League Cup every year for 7 years. So 7, 10, 20. You've been there 20 times, give or take, and you get 30,000 tickets a time. So you have bought I'm going to say 500,000 tickets.
Double it.
1 million.
1 million tickets.
Really?
So Man City fans,
Really?
and obviously a lot of them have gone to every single game. 1 million tickets.
1 million tickets.
And that is obscene.
Is it really 1 million?
Yeah. It's
God,
obscene.
you're such a good football club at the moment on the talking about
It
football.
is, yeah.
You're
By the
basically
way, this is City's 15th consecutive year at Wembley, and they've been 30 times in the last 15 years.
been how many times in the last 15?
times.
30.
30.
God, I said 20 and I thought I went heavy with it.
But then we talk about the romance of when the FA Cup semi-finals were at certain grounds, not Wembley. And then you think the FA made an arbitrary decision to make the FA Cup semi-finals at Wembley. So it's doubled the big clubs that are doing well, like Man City in this era of football, whether we like it or not, and now have to play an extra round of games in the FA Cup at Wembley.
Which is out of order because of the travel, if nothing else.
Yeah.
The northern fans who have to schlep to London constantly. Out of order, man.
So
really out of order.
But look, it's the FA Cup semi-final. It's absolutely huge, and it's a shame there's not more Man City fans there. All I'm saying is, I understand it.
No, you're. I don't want to say it. So you're not giving an excuse. Your explanation is valid and interesting.
1 million tickets.
Yeah, and they've sold 70,000. Yeah.
Would out of interest then, because Forest fans, a lot of them will tweet me. They'll say they're bigger than City. Maybe they're right.
Yeah,
2-time European Cup.
They're not now.
But let's just say they are. Let's just if they had 1 million tickets to buy in the next 10 years, would they fill out every single game? Same with Aston Villa. Would Chelsea sell out every single game?
Chelsea would, because there's a crucial thing. There's a crucial thing as to why Chelsea would. When I say Chelsea 100% would, people go, "Hey, you think?" No, Chelsea would, because it's in our city.
But what if Wembley was in Manchester?
If it was in Manchester, you would have sold it.
Yeah,
of course you would.
This is interesting
because it costs. You've got to add another. With the travel and stuff. You've got to add not only the ag. Don't only factor in the ag.
Trains.
200 quid.
Train line.
Well, 200 quid, because what I can do, if Chelsea are playing at Wembley,
just walk there.
I can go to work in the morning.
Well, not yet.
I can go to work in the morning, or I can be home for
get a line bike. You can get a line bike.
I could put my kids to bed.
Yeah.
I could put my kids to bed that night. If you're a Man City fan, you might, if this goes to extra time, I'm not joking, you might not be able to get home.
It's crazy.
So suddenly, then you're factoring in hotel costs.
Hotels, yeah.
You're factoring in hotel costs.
Hotels.
£300 day out.
Easy.
Including
for a semi.
I'm talking about travel and accommodation. It's a £300 day out.
They've made the semi-final a final in terms of the costs, in terms of the stadium.
Well, that's the other thing. That's the other thing with the semi-final. We're underway here, by the way. Nottingham Forest playing in an FA Cup semi-final. This is huge. It really is huge. No, I don't necessarily slander City for not selling it out. I do think that, I don't know if it's an element of complacency, because there are smaller teams than Man City. There are far smaller teams of smaller supports than Man City that would sell it. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
I'm not taking a piss, but and I suppose they only do it once. But QPR fill it. When they get there but it's a one-off, isn't it?
But then do they fill it 20 times
Bobby
in the next 10 years?
No, they don't fill it 20 times. Although they might because of London.
If it was in Manchester.
No, they don't.
Exactly.
They don't fill it.
It's a crazy phenomenon, because Man City have had so much success. I mean, the stats we're talking about, just take away the big numbers. Man City could be on for 3 finals in a row in the FA Cup. When's that ever been done? It's never been done. Surely it's never been done in the FA Cup. I mean, that's a ChatGPT question right there.
What was it?
Never been done before. 3 FA Cup finals in a row for the same side.
3 FA Cup finals in a row for the same team.
Yeah, if City win today, it's 3 finals in a row.
No, that's
mental.
We've got a very good record of getting to FA Cup final. We got a very good record of getting beat in FA Cup finals.
Yeah.
Late, but
maybe it's not. Maybe there's a few sides, but
I tell you, do you know the one that baffled me? It baffled me, but it was also just like an acknowledgement of your brilliance. When you just won the League Cup every year for about 10 years running.
There was four in a row. I think Pep won 4 in a row.
Didn't you just win the League Cup? What's the record? It's about 4.
I think City won
4
7 in 10.
4 in a row and then another 3 or something like that.
It's something like 7 in 10 years.
7 in 10.
Or 8 in 10.
Yeah, you can see why City fans aren't buzzing to get to Wembley for a...
Yeah! Oh! Is that in? Get in, Rico Lewis! 1-0 already. They're out. They're out. They're not out. Nottingham
The worst
Forest.
thing that could have possibly happened.
Look at that.
That's literally the worst.
Jack wasn't sure about
It's
him
the
starting as
opposite.
well.
Mate, it's like Gundogan all over again. It's like
Fucking
Gundogan.
strike that is.
Oh, what a shame.
Mate.
That is the last thing in the world this game needed. That is the last thing.
What a strike from Riku. Where does that come from, Riku Lewis?
Also, it was a P-roller. It was very Ilkay Gundogan. I'm not even joking. It really felt like
It's
Gundogan.
caught the keeper out, I think. Maybe it's got deflection as well, but it's a
Mate,
beautiful
he scored
effort.
at Wembley after 2 minutes. What a moment for him.
Mate,
He
I
only looks
can't
about
believe
50.
that. Look at that. Look at this.
Bad defending.
Oh!
I mean, who plays it into him? Is it Bernardo Silva?
Sells. Let's all look. Sells. No, he's nowhere near it. That's
Nah,
a great
it's just-
strike.
mate, it hits the side netting.
That's a beautiful
I think
strike.
you could say maybe Murillo's a bit far out.
Mate.
You can't blame Sells for that at all, can you?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe
That is
the defenders
outrageous,
could be
mate. That's outrageous.
the defenders could be a bit tighter.
That's huge, man.
Yeah, it's huge.
Huge.
Do you know what's so annoying? And I imagine that this is one of the few things I'm going to say today where every single person watching this stream, literally every single person is about to agree with me. It's so upsetting that Manchester City have had a terrible season. They lost 9 out of 11 games. Pep Guardiola was all over the place at various points in the season. You were crying. And suddenly, Manchester City are actually going to have a very good season.
Very strong.
They're going to finish in the top 5, so they're going to qualify for the Champions League, which I don't agree with this, but is a success story in itself. And you're going to possibly win the FA Cup.
And a chance of winning the Club World Cup in its new format.
If you
if
win
you count that.
you win the FA Cup and finish in the top 5, you've suddenly had a better season than, say, Arsenal if they don't win the Champions League.
Yeah. We've probably had the third best season in all of the league. Because no one's survived. Do you know what I mean? Wolves don't get that because they should have survived. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so everyone that's gone down has gone down. Like, has come up. So if Newcastle have had a good season. Forest, City. That's it. Liverpool. It's only 4 or 5 sides.
I can't believe it.
What if City finished second?
They can't
6
finish
points
second,
behind
can they?
Arsenal. 6 points.
6 points. Yeah, but there's only 4 to play.
Yeah.
Arsenal's fixtures are a bit tricky. I know Arsenal play
Got
Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Yeah.
City
I
got
think would have played
Southampton.
Liverpool as well.
Yeah.
But Liverpool won't have anything to play.
City
Yeah,
got
but
Southampton, Bournemouth,
mate, the
Wolves.
thing is, no,
We're in
City
again.
are in again.
Oh.
The thing is as well, Arsenal, if Arsenal make the Champions League final, they'll write those games off.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And as well they should.
But what if they
But
don't
you
win
could
it?
finish second. You could finish... Is Man City going to finish second and win the FA Cup? What disaster.
It's outrageous. And in January, crucially, big players have come in and got used to the league. Marmoush has hit the ground running. I think Kujanov, there's a big issue with Kujanov. He's not playing at the moment. There's been rumours that he's fallen out with Pep Guardiola, which is crazy because he doesn't speak English.
Very young in his life to start.
Well, and imagine falling out with someone and you don't speak English
Yeah.
or Spanish. It's not like he doesn't even speak the
How they
language.
communicate?
I don't know, sign language. But he's had a falling out with him. So he's not kicked a ball in weeks now, Kujanov.
Could he leave?
I don't know.
Do you know what the FA should have done? Do you know the mistake they've made? Because I'm sorry to go back to it, Booth, but you know that glaring area where it's just full of empty seats. Why didn't they just sell them to Forest? You know, like let Forest's allocation go a bit further.
Safety, innit?
No, but
Safety.
yeah, there's
I
got
think
to be a
it's a
way.
safety
There's
thing.
got to be a way of not having an entire block of empty. Like give them to local kids.
I know. It doesn't work like that, does it? I mean, sponsors and stuff.
It's such a shame to just
Yeah.
have. Like, it would be an amazing... There'd be loads of people in the world that would do anything to be at a game like this. Some people never get to a FA Cup
Football's
game.
got serious issues with tickets. Like, you know, who
Ticketing.
gets tickets?
Yeah.
Man City fans have got issues with the home games, with third parties, and obviously Adam talks about it with Man United as well, and obviously you guys at Stamford Bridge.
We've got major problems, yeah.
It
Major.
can't carry on this way.
One of our owners is on the board of a touting website.
They don't even care, do they? Like, they just,
No.
do you know what I mean? They just don't care.
Do you know what I've started to not necessarily appreciate, but there is something amazing about the mind. You know, these kind of American oligarchs that now exist. So Elon Musk is a famous one, but say Todd, do you know how they just don't give a damn about anything?
No.
Like Todd Bowley is on the board of a touting website, and everyone, like, you know, really reputable journalists, the Telegraph did a massive piece on it, a hit piece. Geezer don't give a fuck.
No.
He couldn't get
There's
that.
nothing you can do against it either in terms of policing it.
The geezer. Like, you know, if someone wrote an article scathing about me, I'd be really upset. You know, if somebody wrote, because it's a question of integrity and morals, it would really wound me.
Mm.
Geezer couldn't care less.
No.
It's an amazing insight into the mind of a American oligarch.
Well, it says a lot about football as well. You can't please these people. It's like the fit and fair test in terms of ownership for football clubs. It's like, ultimately, if someone's got the money, they're going to come in and do what they want with football.
Yeah.
Like, really.
I know that Arsenal, I've got a lot of Arsenal mates. Arsenal have a real issue with their owner, you know, that Kroenke.
Yeah.
Not the boy, not the young boy, the dad.
Yeah.
Who's, I think, less involved. Stan, I think he is. You know, he does like mad stuff. Like he goes, you know, those people that go like shooting live animals. Like they get their buzz out of like killing a wildebeest that's live or an elephant, like really weird, masochistic. He does that. And like Arsenal fans have been protesting about him. And he was out doing that. And they interviewed him while he was literally like carrying an elephant's head. Like couldn't care less.
They don't give a fuck, yeah.
Like nuts, isn't it? Just don't care.
Yeah, it's interesting. But it's a shame that there are empty seats at Wembley. It is a shame.
Yeah, the bottom line is, surely there are, like, you'd be better off just giving them to, like, good people, wouldn't you?
Good.
Like, there must be a way in which you go, let's find 100 Man City fans who do good things in Manchester. Do you run a food bank? Do you volunteer at a hospice?
It doesn't work like that, man. It just doesn't work like that. It's a shame, but it doesn't work like that.
If Man City score again...
Yeah, we've been amazing.
I'm turning the channel over.
This is one of the best performances I've seen. It's only 10 minutes, but it's been fantastic, mate. It really has.
You've really been up for it of late, haven't you?
I think things have changed in the last few weeks. I think City have gone right under the radar. 9th best form in Europe in the last 6 games, which I said that on a show yesterday and people slagged me off for saying
Say it again?
9th best form in all of Europe. So top 10 form. Yeah.
Yeah,
in the last 6 games.
In fairness,
that's interesting.
Listen, you're my friend, Buvey. I care about you. Buvey, you're my friend, and I care about you deeply. I don't want to see you get slagged off. But they're right. Because that's a nutty stat.
It's not a big stat.
No,
not a big stat, but
it's a nutty one. Because it's also one that really fits your narrative, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's one that, because you're not in the top 5, so you've gone top 9. Top 9, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Top 10. But Wolves have got the best form in Europe in the last 6 games. In all of Europe, ahead of Barcelona, Bayern Munich. But yeah, Man City just below that in 9th. But we're in again. We're in again. Oh,
it's Forest all over the place. This is the problem. Like, you know, sometimes in situations, like the establishment, like, you know, the established
Wembley
team like Man
takes it
City.
out of you. Wembley takes it out of you.
Yeah.
Brighton got to the semi-final against a poor
yeah.
Man United side. They lost. Crystal Palace against a poor Man United side in the final. They lost.
Yeah, the team that is like part of the establishment is always going to do well at Wembley.
I can't think of a big upset. Like, this would be an upset for Forest to beat City. It would. And I can't think of...
No.
Wigan 2013, of course.
Yeah, there's like famous ones over the years. But people go Wimbledon 1988.
When's the last...
Liverpool,
in the last 5-10 years, what's the real upset? I'm talking semi-finals only.
I'm hearing, Buvey, it's coming to me.
Goal at Anfield.
There's a goal at Anfield.
Who scored? Salah?
Tottenham. They're fucking dumb, aren't they? They're so dumb.
Tottenham.
This is not good for me.
Why?
This is really not good for me.
Why?
Okay, help me understand this, Booth. This is something that I think anybody listening will have an opinion on, can really help me with.
Yeah.
I want Liverpool to win today for a couple of reasons. One, I don't particularly want Liverpool to win the league, but I certainly don't want Arsenal to win it, so I'd prefer Liverpool to win it. Therefore, Liverpool winning the league, fine, I can make my peace with that. Good news. More importantly, I really don't want them. You donkey. More importantly, I really don't want Liverpool to win the league at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
That's going to happen.
Yeah,
if they don't win today, what do they need today? A point?
Yeah,
they only need a point, don't they?
1 point.
1 point. So
they're still in the game.
Capable of getting a draw, aren't they?
Fuck me.
Yeah,
But,
they win.
Arsenal do play before them next week as well, so if Arsenal drop any points, they wouldn't win it at Stamford Bridge.
That's a horrible way for Liverpool to win the league as well. That's a horrible way to win it. Like, if you're a Liverpool fan, you really don't want that. Do you remember when Leicester won the league and they weren't even playing?
No, they
like, you want to win it, don't you?
They're in Jamie Vardy's house, weren't they?
Yeah, but imagine if you're a Leicester fan on a Monday night. You're a Leicester fan on a Monday night. Like, you're at home on your own.
Yeah.
Like, you want to go to Stamford Bridge and win the league.
I think Leicester's a different, because it doesn't matter for Leicester, because you've seen your side win it how many times?
No,
4 or 5
agreed.
times?
Yeah, 6 inside. But
6.
No, I do agree with you, right? But there's still a scale.
Yeah,
you still rather go
something.
to, like, if you're a Leicester fan, you still rather play. It wouldn't have been possible at the time, but you still rather play Forest away.
Yeah, 100%. Have
Forest away and win the league at their ground.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to not be playing.
I was out there the week after, and it was incredible.
Like,
mate. It was incredible,
someone not. basically someone losing the league is rubbish. As on the scale of it being brilliant because you're winning the league, it's the worst way to win it.
Yeah, but they were getting mad, mate.
Because
Bocelli came out, wasn't it? Bocelli brought out. Bocelli.
Yeah, Andrea Bocelli. Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
He was telling all the Leicester City fans to be quiet.
Time to say goodbye and that.
Yeah, Ranieri's telling all the Leicester City fans to shut up.
Was he?
Yeah, because Bocelli
Andrea
started
Bocelli
singing.
was about to sing. Yeah, that song he did with Sarah Brightman, man, that'll make you cry. That'll always make you cry. You listen to Sarah Brightman, Andrea Bocelli, tears, guaranteed tears. But no, mate, what's worse? The team winning it against you or giving a team a guard of honour? I know the answer to this. Winning it against you.
Winning it against you, yeah. You don't.
Because you remember that fixture.
Yeah, you don't want the sporting side of it, I don't think.
No. You don't, because imagine that.
I don't think
Liverpool.
that's ever happened to Man City in my lifetime.
What, nobody's won it against you?
No.
I don't think it's happened. No.
United never beat you to win it or anything in the early 2000s.
No. We haven't won it anywhere spectacular. Like, we had a really good result at Anfield, but we didn't win it at Anfield. It basically won it, but we didn't win it. We won it at home to Man United. That was good.
Yeah.
Obviously.
That was good, yeah.
But we haven't won it away. Like, Arsenal have won it in the best places ever. Arsenal have won the league at Tottenham more than Tottenham have.
But you know, City had the chance to win it against Man United.
I know you idiots. Paul Pogba,
and it would have been 103 points.
Paul Pogba.
103-point season.
Do you know when anybody ever says that Paul Pogba was a failing signing for Man United? Anybody that ever puts Paul Pogba in like the worst signing,
he stopped it.
He stopped
And Smalley.
the best thing ever. He stopped, like, his contribution to Man United, if you're a Man United fan, that's the same as winning them a European Cup.
Yeah.
Like, he stopped Man City beating Man United to win the league. You'd have been singing about that in 100 years. We beat you to win the league.
103 points.
Arsenal have won the league at Tottenham more than Tottenham. They sing that song about winning at Old Trafford as well. We won the league in Manchester.
Yeah.
They won it at Old Trafford in the best way. They won it at Anfield in the best way ever, but before Premier League. You know, it's up for grabs now. Like, Arsenal have won it. We've won it at Reebok. We won it at home to Palace. We won it at home to Wigan.
West Brom.
West Brom was good.
Yeah.
Monday night at West Brom was good.
Yeah.
Really good. Batshuayi.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, that was good. But it's still, they're not like a rival of ours, West Brom.
Yeah, it's very unlikely that you ever... It never matches up, does it, in terms
How
of...
many Liverpool fans are going to be in Stamford Bridge next year if they're going to beat us to win the league? There'll be trouble.
Could be nasty.
There'll be trouble, yeah.
Could be nasty.
Because they'll come, won't they? They'll fill the grounds, yeah.
They'll come in their droves. A lot of them are from London as well, of course.
Yeah, they'll be there. And also, Chelsea fans won't want to be in the ground to witness it, so we'll give the tickets away.
Fuck you, no.
Yeah, who wants to watch?
No. But then you're going for the top 4, top 5.
Yeah.
It's a big game.
Yeah,
still. You still got to beat them.
need the point. I know, because
You have to beat Liverpool.
I can't believe we beat Everton. I
I can't believe it.
I can't believe
I couldn't believe it.
Like, I thought the
I
result
was hoping
against
they'd
Fulham was
beat you
good.
and just end it and just knock you out sort of
Sometimes the hope is what kills you, isn't it? It's the first time we've seen Forest on the attack, and
thing.
it's
Forest don't know how to handle the pitch, man. It's a big pitch.
yeah. This is looking very, very competent from Man
At
City.
Wembley, you just need to keep the ball. It's so I know I go on about it. It's so boring. But at Wembley, all you have to do is keep the ball simple.
Oh, they're playing so well, City.
It's hard to defend like this. Like, Forest can do this at the Forest ground, City ground.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't do this at Wembley. You need to get up the pitch. You need to whip things into the box. You need to move the ball quick. Forest aren't the best at moving the ball quick. I mean, Gibbs White's been absolutely exceptional this season, but they're not a possession-based side, Forest. They're a counter-attacking side. They want a narrow pitch. They want to make it difficult for you, physical. Liverpool 1, Tottenham 1. Who scored that one?
Oh, Liverpool have equalised. Okay.
Yeah, you're fine. You'll be fine. They're going to win it today. Let's just end the season, man. It's been a great season. We don't need any more drama. I'm seeing Sky Sports tweeting stuff like the Tartar running still.
No. There's.
Like,
Do you know what? I think it's a slightly sad state of affairs. This isn't really aimed at Liverpool. It's aimed at everyone other than Liverpool. We've all been crap, haven't we?
it's been a terrible season.
I think it's the worst quality of football that I can remember in my whole life. Like, you know, we're living in a world where, like, you and I were discussing how good is Ollie Watkins. Like, Ollie Watkins is a crap footballer, really. Like, really. If we're being, like, honest. Like, James Maddison at Tottenham is a crap
James
footballer.
Maddison, really. Yeah, James Maddison.
He's a crap footballer, really. But in today's era, he's one of the good ones.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe the worst season in the last 20 years.
Also, we've had no title race whatsoever. Like, the title race ended... When did the title... Do you know when I felt like Liverpool...
When they lost to West Ham.
Yeah, maybe.
Did they lose to West Ham or did they drew with West Ham?
When did Darwin Núñez score those goals against Brentford? Do you remember that? What month?
I was holding
that was like what?
That was in
February?
January?
I don't know. Whatever month that Liverpool-Brentford game happened,
January.
That was the day the league ended.
It's a good shout, mate. Yeah, it's a good shout.
That was it. Because that game was 0-0.
Even then, Arsenal could have put pressure on. Arsenal could have put pressure on up to this day. They kept winning the games that Arsenal had to win.
Yeah.
Like, Arsenal bottled it. I'm sorry to say that. Like, they've done so well in the Champions League, but in the Premier League, they've been poor. They got the same amount of wins as Man City this season.
Yeah, that's ludicrous. Because Man City couldn't get a win. Man
City 2 months.
Man City went a quarter of the season without.
The run was so bad, it was as bad as Stuart Pearce at Man City. It's the worst since the Sheikh Mansour era. Yeah. And then you add in the previous ownerships of Stuart Pearce.
Who
had Sibierski up front.
Antoine Sibierski, what a man.
That bold guy, man.
What a man.
He was as bold as the night's long.
Did he play for Wigan as well?
He played for Newcastle United.
Newcastle, yeah. Antoine Sibierski.
Yeah, he was up front, mate. Jesus.
Yeah, Antoine Sibierski. Bloody hell. Yeah. No, it's been a crap season. It really has. But can you imagine if Arsenal now win the Champions League? Like this season will go, like Liverpool fans will love it because it's their best. And this could be a disaster for me. Liverpool fans have like the chance of making this their best season since 1990 because they can witness the league being lifted at Anfield.
Yeah.
Arsenal fans can make it on some level their best season since their formation well over 100, closer to 150 years ago, right? Cliff Baston and Herbert Chapman, they can make it that good. And Tottenham could make it their best for 60 years.
Yeah. And get into the Champions League ahead of you.
That's a crap rule, isn't it?
I think you deserve some
is that
reward.
What happens if we finish fifth and Man United...
No, I know, you get in there as well. But I'm saying,
so do we end up with 6
sixth?
teams?
Yeah.
So they can't kick us out. So say Chelsea finish fifth.
So, no. We did a video about this where 7 sides could have gone to the Champions League. Like, what was the other side?
It was if Villa won the Champions League, then
they'd stay in.
Knocked down,
Yeah.
Then it would be top 5 or top 6 of the Premier League plus the Europa League winners of Man United or Spurs. Fuck.
Mate, there's a world where Tottenham could have their best season for 60 years and finish 15th.
That'd be great, mate. That'd be great. And you lose Cole Palmer in the summer. Yeah. And that's not even gas because I've seen heavy rumours in the last few days.
But do you know when I've said this in the past? I made quite a bold statement ages ago where I said, this is a long time ago, I said Cole Palmer won't go 3 seasons not playing in the Champions League. Didn't play in it last year, not playing in it this year.
Yeah.
There's no way he won't play in it next year. If Chelsea make it, great, and he might stay. Chelsea don't make it, he's playing in the Champions League somewhere else. Chelsea fans went nuts at me, and then a lot of people started going, mate, he's got a 9-year contract. What? I was like, that's kind of the point, isn't it? Look how bad Forest are.
Yeah, Forest just don't understand how to handle the game.
It's a good tackle, but...
Yeah,
oh, no, what are you doing?
They can't get out the pitch, not in Forest. Well, they are now. That's shit, mate. And people are telling me Gibbs White for 100 million quid, Jack.
No, he is good.
100 mil. 100 mil worth.
He is good.
100 mil.
Do you know the problem with the money? You know when you say it like that and you do the eyes at the same time, it makes it hard for me to argue it. But you know the way that football's gone.
It's mental.
That's how much football has cost.
But he's not. He's a good footballer, Gibbs White. He's not. He'll never be a world class footballer.
I think he's good. You know,
you'll never be world class.
If you were going to sign somebody to replace like De Bruyne for the future as well, Verts.
Yeah. Musiala would be the dream.
What do you think of the boy you let go's at Villa, Rodgers?
I think he's a touch overrated. I've not been impressed with him in the last few weeks. I think he's a little bit snappy with shots.
Oh my God.
Oh, fuck, you know.
Did you see how annoyed Rodgers got with Watkins? You seen the clip?
From
Watkins yesterday. Watkins is talking to Rodgers, and when Watkins turned around, Rodgers basically is like...
Yeah, but Rodgers gets a lot as if he's this all-round kind of powerful midfielder. He takes a lot of shots. He doesn't score many. His numbers aren't great. I don't think he makes the best decisions. I think he's a good footballer.
But he's a kid for the decision making. The decision making comes.
But there was a moment against PSG. They're trying to get back in the game, and he shoots with his left foot like twice in 2 minutes, and they both go rosette. And you just think,
yeah, you've got to look after the ball a bit
on his left foot as well. I'm just like, these guys aren't the answer. Rory. Gibbs White is not the answer for Man City.
Okay,
Gibbs White.
What about
getting the Wolves
for your midfield then? For reimagining your midfield. Is Wharton the answer? Bearing in mind, like, I know it's a different position, but you could do with a Wharton type character, couldn't you?
Can you play Wharton, Nico, and Rodri in the same midfield?
You couldn't play the 3, but you could play 2 of the 3.
Wharton and Rodri.
Wharton and Rodri with a really
I'd go
progressive.
snooker loopy, Ross. If it was,
Are you up for that?
If it was Wharton and Rod, I'm the biggest Wharton fan you're ever going to meet outside of
Crystal
Croydon
Palace.
and maybe Blackburn. Honestly,
And maybe parts of Germany where Glasner's from or whatever.
he is outrageous, mate. There's a 4-minute video on Twitter of his highlights, as well as me watching the game against Villa. Just look at his highlights against Villa.
It's really good.
Oh, mate, he's Paul Scholes.
Yeah. What?
He's
Paul
Paul
Scholes
Scholes.
at 32.
Yeah, just
Like
knocking
deep line Paul Scholes, yeah.
deep, knocking the ball around. I don't want to say Pirlo, but it's like Pirlo.
Liverpool win him.
2-1 to Liverpool.
Well done, Tottenham, you dopes.
Yeah,
Let's
I'd
go
take
rubbish.
Wharton over Gibbs White in a heartbeat, mate. In a heartbeat.
Oh, your keeper. Yeah, well, that's that then, isn't it? Tottenham.
Gibbs White.
Weirdly, if you're a Tottenham fan up at Anfield now, you're probably all right with this. Because it means Arsenal aren't winning the league. Right?
Yeah, but it's a strange thing with Tottenham, isn't it? Like you're always stopping Arsenal winning the league or something. It's just weird. Like last season.
No, but that's your priority. There's nothing wrong with that. You know when people get annoyed, I
but-
think that's your priority. Like, I support whoever Arsenal are playing now.
Yeah, but then plus you want your actual side.
Yeah,
that you're
no,
spending
that's
hundreds a year on.
yeah, but that's a
do well.
given. But say Chelsea play Liverpool next week. You know, if Liverpool were going to beat Chelsea,
To stop Arsenal winning the title.
or Chelsea beat Liverpool, and we therefore give the league to Arsenal,
Yeah,
I'd want to lose.
yeah, I get that. But you'd be frustrated if Chelsea were 15th like Spurs
Yeah,
and the way they're playing
yeah.
and the way that like you don't like Maresca, and I think that's fair. I think Postecoglou's 10 times as bad
Yeah.
as
I
Maresca.
do as well.
Because at least Maresca is a little bit of positivity, is a bit of a style. You don't like it.
Yeah, no,
But Postecoglou's
you are
fucking
right.
hating on
There
fans.
is, yeah, I know. Postecoglu is.
And he looks he looks so
Do
negative.
you remember when he first arrived and everything was going his way?
He looks like a big black cloud enters a room.
Yeah, he's.
You
Look at Avrapanos. Look,
He's on his cell phone.
he's walking about in a t-shirt.
Yeah. 2 sizes too small. It's a hot day as well
Yeah, double XL, double XL.
in his Giacomo. I used to tell troops that he was wearing Giacomo. He used to go livid.
Did he?
Yeah. I said, "Are you wearing Giacomo?" He'd be in his Nike or whatever.
He's not a big boy though, Troops, is he?
No, but no. If you say Giacomo, it means that you're 40. You're in the 40s and you don't know how to dress.
Oh, I thought Giacomo was the brand for the fatty.
Oh, I thought it was for like older people that
No, I think
have
it's
no
for
idea what to buy.
As
anymore.
far as I know, Giacomo is the fatty brand. I think.
Yeah, I used to tell troops he used to wear Giacomo. I used to go fucking loopy, mate.
I don't see him so much anymore. Is he about? Is he? Doing,
Yeah, he's doing his streams, falling asleep on his streams and stuff like that. But no, he's doing stuff.
He's doing stuff.
Yeah.
Is
yeah.
he still on Arsenal fan telly?
I think he does bits. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Did you see Robbie at Downing Street?
Yeah.
The Don Robbie at Downing
Yeah,
Street.
we talked about his last live stream, I think.
It's amazing. It's absolutely unbelievable. When have I last seen you? I can't remember.
What were we doing? What's the last game we did, Jack?
We've not been live for a while, but we spoke about it in the pod.
Oh, we did
this
it on
week.
the
Oh, yeah, I
pod.
saw you midweek. Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Lovely turn. Superb football. Absolutely brilliant.
Outrageous, yeah. That's a foul.
Absolutely
That's
brilliant.
a foul.
God, turning on a sixpence. He beat 3 men.
Mate, that Rico Lewis goal, big in his career, man.
Yeah, he is.
People are telling me we got to sell him. People are telling me, right? I'm not going to name names. Smithy from Sky Sports saying I've got to sell Jack Grealish, got to sell Ake, Rico
How
Lewis.
was that? You did that yesterday.
Yeah,
How were the
they were
boys?
telling me, Joe and Smithy were telling me, and Abs from SDS, telling me I have to sell half the Man City squad.
Why?
It's obscene. Well, because we've had one bad season. So I said, nah, keep all of them. I said Calvin Phillips. I said Kovacic can go. I think he wants to go to Turkey.
Did you do the TikTok?
Yeah, I did a TikTok, yeah.
Any good?
What was it again? I forgot what it was.
Nice.
Oh, it was Man City versus Man United 6-1. Winner stays on. You have to keep naming players back and forth.
What? Who played that
Yeah,
day?
we should do that at half time.
That's hard.
For a Man City Chelsea game, that was like a famous Man City Chelsea game. And we just keep naming
You said name
whoever
the
can't
team.
name a name loses. We should do that. Jamie Vardy leaving Leicester City. We should talk about that as well. Maybe at
Jamie
halftime.
Vardy. Jamie Vardy, man.
Is that a halftime topic or what?
That could
what
be
you
a topic
saying?
for now.
Just now? Just live in the
For
present.
now. Live, mate. Carpe the diem. You never know what's around the corner.
I
You
love-
might not make it to halftime.
Yeah.
You never know.
You never.
You should
yeah.
always
Live in the moment.
strike while the iron is hot.
100%.
Never say we're going to talk about Vardy at halftime. You
do
don't
it
know
now.
what's waiting around the corner for you.
Yeah.
That's what 20 minutes. You don't know.
It's a long 20 minutes.
You don't
It's
know.
a long 20 minutes.
So and imagine if something terrible happened, an earthquake,
Yeah.
San Andreas fault or something.
Yeah.
You have never ever told the world
What I think
your
about Jamie
thoughts
Vardy.
about Jamie Vardy, and then
They're
you've gone.
missing out. They're missing out.
Exactly.
Yeah, Yeah, I think it's
I
the
think
right
everyone's
time.
gone mad about Vardy. I think people are stupid.
What about his Premier League legacy, his ability? What are you talking about?
I've heard some crazy shouts about where he ranks as like a striker. And don't get me wrong, I think Vardy was amazing. I think the way that he led the line was sensational. I think what he achieved with Leicester, that Leicester team is the most... It's like the best thing I've ever seen in sport.
If he scores,
Oh
my
my
God.
God.
Nico O'Reilly's just spun 2 Nottingham Forest, guys.
Dicey O'Reilly.
If he'd scored then, I would have gone loopy.
Snooker loop.
Honestly. You see this? Look at this, Roars.
Yeah. Also,
Look at
they tried
this.
to foul him there.
Mate, O'Reilly is outrageously good.
Bubba O'Reilly.
What? So, by the way, if you need a run and you're hitting the wall,
Bubba O'Reilly.
mate.
Yeah. Did you see today the London Marathon?
I did.
This would be your 2-year anniversary of your 8-hour marathon.
Yeah. You're a dickhead,
I was
man.
very,
You're a dick. Why don't you live in the moment about Vardy? You went on to Vardy, right? And now you've moved on to something else. Yeah. I was going to ask you, is he top 20 in the Premier League?
because I could name 20 better. Do you know?
I don't think you can name 20.
I could
better.
because 10 of them play for Man United. If you do it by club, honestly, it's really easy. Watch this. Watch the skills. Eric Cantona was.
I'm not saying he's top 10, by the way.
Watch this. No, 20.
Yeah, I think he's like
He's not 20.
probably
he's not
20th.
He's not in the top 20.
I think he's top 20.
Watch the skills because I could do bat 7 or 8 to play for Man United.
Yeah, go on.
Eric Cantona, better than Vardy.
Do we count as a striker?
Yeah.
Like Dennis Bergkamp's not on my list because he's not a striker. He's similar to Dennis Bergkamp.
Bergkamp is a striker, though. I mean, you could. I feel like you're splitting hairs.
He's not
to
a number 9.
put-
No, Premier League number 9. Dennis Bergkamp's not a number 9. I'm not trying to be facetious.
No, but he was. I feel like it is a little bit facetious. You know, if you were like Gianfranco Zola, by all intents and purposes, was a striker. Dennis Bergkamp, by all intents and purposes,
It's like when we put
was
the
a striker.
Beckham thing in the midfielders category. Okay, fine. I'm not gonna be difficult.
Okay, but
you put Cantona.
I believe
fine.
Eric Cantona. Nobody played ahead of Cantona. Do you know what I mean?
Fine.
Cantona led the line, and Paul Scholes
Okay.
played behind him.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Cantona's in.
Cantona is in. Mark Hughes is in. So Mark Hughes is better. Eric Cantona is better.
You've done well
Andy
there.
Cole is better.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Dwight York is better.
I don't know about that.
I
don't know
I
about
think
that.
Dwight York was better.
I
You know,
don't
if
know
you
about
watch, if you watch,
Does Dwight York win Leicester City the Premier League and score 13 goals in a row?
no, but I don't know if, but by that reasoning, I feel like Vardy is unique and maybe a case
No,
of his own.
but Vardy
I don't
did
know if
that because
Cantona
of
could do that.
technical ability. No, but Cantona, I could
know if
say
Cantona could win
confidently
Leicester the
Cantona.
league.
Yeah, Cantona would have.
But I feel like Cantona was the kind of person that like elevated the standards around him and
Yeah.
was surrounded by the best
Yeah.
all his life. Like he
Yeah.
won the league at Leeds because they had like a great team, Speed, Strachan.
Dwight York was fantastic. Good finisher, smart footballer.
So,
I think
okay.
Vardy is as well.
I feel like Dwight York would be better.
Can we leave Dwight York?
Okay,
then?
we can leave Dwight York momentarily. Ruben Van Nistelrooy,
Yeah, so give me 5,
Wayne Rooney.
6.
I'm now going to just start thinking about other clubs. Didier Drogba, just
Drogba.
I'll do Chelsea.
Yeah, easy.
Didier Drogba. Oh, here's an interesting one, and you can be the judge. Diego Costa.
Costa's better, yeah.
Costa. Okay. Are you counting?
7, Jack?
7 or 8? That is
8's fine.
Okay. I'll go. Let's just think. Right. Okay. Torres, Suarez.
Yeah.
See what I mean? See how it becomes 20 very
But we're
quickly.
not at 20, yeah.
No. Okay. Robbie Fowler.
Yeah, fine, yeah.
So
Do Sergio.
Sergio Aguero. I
Tevez.
haven't even thought
I'll
about
give you
Man City yet.
Tevez easy.
Tevez, Sergio Aguero.
Haaland.
Haaland, is he?
Oh,
Haaland.
he's such a fucking wind-up, man. I can't do it. You're having a laugh.
Okay, Haaland.
You don't think
right?
Haaland's better than Jamie Vardy?
Well, I'm asking the questions.
Do you
man.
think
I'm
Dwight
like
York's
Jerry
better than
Maguire.
Erling Haaland?
I'm saying it's a question. Oh, what nutmeg? Okay, Haaland.
Haaland's obviously better,
So
man.
I don't know
50
where
goals.
I don't know where we're up to here, but it feels like we're
Shearer,
making
Kane,
Shearer,
That's
Kane,
11.
Shearer, Kane, obviously.
Suarez.
Let me ask you one. Is Jermaine Defoe better than Jamie
No.
Vardy? No,
Not for me.
I'm inclined to agree with you. Okay,
Crouchy, he's not better than He's better than Crouchy.
yeah, he's better than Crouch.
But we are running out of names. I'm being honest.
I don't think we
we've
are
still got
because
7.
I haven't really been doing this with any like if I actually Michael Owen.
Okay, yeah.
There's
So
another
what we're on 12.
There's another one.
No, we're on 12. I didn't say
13,
Dwight York. I
13,
didn't agree
you
to
see.
Dwight York. Why did I fucking give him names?
Tevez.
So I helped him with names, and then he returned the favour by saying Haaland was worse than Vardy.
Nicholas Anelka.
Yeah, better. Yeah, of course.
Nicholas
Yeah.
Anelka.
Of course,
There's
of course.
another one. Right.
Berbatov.
Dennis Bergkamp, Thierry Henry.
Berbatov, yeah.
I'll go
That's
Arsenal
3.
now. Dennis Bergkamp, Thierry Henry.
Yeah, fine.
Let me just think about the other Arsenal era.
Got a couple that are struggling now.
By the way, you haven't
Can't do
said,
Wiltord,
you haven't
not
said
Wiltord.
Sheringham.
Teddy Sheringham.
Yeah.
Of course he is. Yeah, Teddy Sheringham. Of course he is.
Still got space. There's still 2 more.
Les Ferdinand.
I think it's a debate there. I think it's a debate.
Okay.
I mean,
Les Ferdinand, both for... Well, I mean,
I think it's a
QPR
debate.
Tottenham Newcastle was
Yeah.
proper.
I think we're sleeping on how good Vardy was for a good 3 or 4 years.
Peter Beardsley?
No, I don't.
Maybe not Premier League. I mean, he was
Yeah,
definitely
slightly
a better
different.
player, but his Premier League thing is a little...
Out and out number 9.
No, okay.
Hasselbank?
Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, Idaho Johnson.
Similar.
Jimmy
level.
Floyd Hasselbank, Idaho Johnson, both better. I mean, Idaho Johnson moved to Barca, mate. Idaho Johnson, one of the most intelligent.
That's what I'm saying. I've always thought Jamie Vardy's top 30. Honestly.
Yeah. Do you see what I mean? It's
No, it is. You are spot on, but
he is top 30 though. He is top 30.
he's now entering that kind of just below what you just said. Yeah.
Do you know who he is? He's comparable to like really good players, but players like
Crouch,
Heskey, Mark Viduka, maybe. Like Mark Viduka.
Harsh.
No, Mark Viduka's brilliant. I say that.
No, I know, but I still think that's harsh.
Did that sound like an insult?
No,
I meant
not in a bad way.
that in
Not
like
in a
a
bad
really
way.
serious way. Mark
Dzeko, Edin Dzeko.
That kind of.
He's in that kind of ballpark, I'd say.
Yeah.
He's
Oh my
offside.
God.
He's offside.
He's not. He's in.
He's miles off. Yeah, it's nothing. That's nothing.
As much as I really want Forest to win this game, I really don't want it to go to extra time.
No, I don't. I definitely don't, mate. I definitely don't.
Liverpool are having a party.
Season over.
And now you're going to believe us. We're gonna win the league.
Be nice to chat to a Liverpool fan today, but can't seem to find any.
I don't know anyone.
I wish there was someone that lived around here, but I
Does
don't
anyone know a Liverpool fan who lives local to North East London? London's
don't say
fashionable.
North East London.
London's fashionable Upper East Side.
Don't say where we are. Why
North East London. What? I've really pinpointed it.
Yeah, it's obvious. It's
Is
obvious, isn't it? Yeah, of course it is.
What? North East London.
Yeah.
Immediately tells everybody our address.
I think so.
I think
Basically,
that's mental.
roughly
So if I say
speaking.
I'm from Northwest London,
Yeah,
where
but we're not
am I
going to
from?
be.
I'm from the borough of Camden.
Mate, they'll
There we
find out
go.
where we are. Trust me, these people, man. They'll find out where we are. They'll be waiting outside.
I'm from the London borough of Camden. But that hasn't...
We're not in Camden.
No, we're not. But that's
No,
what I'm
we
saying.
used to be in Camden.
We used to be in...
That was a great studio,
We
man.
used to be in Camden.
People found out where that was, didn't they? On TikTok and stuff like that.
TikTok, man.
Madness. What a
TikTok.
platform. Great platform, man.
That's where you do your games, where your head goes mad, isn't it? You love that. I love
think it's
watching it.
fantastic. I think they're just so fun. I find these little filters, it's just the easiest content
I
you're
love
going to
it.
make.
I love it because I love it when you're
People
looking
get
down
so
the lens.
heated. People get so heated.
Because you're taking it all really seriously, and you've
Yeah,
just
yeah.
got this mad shit going on.
People get so heated, mate. When they think you're putting Drogba above Kane and top 10 strikers, yeah, they get so heated.
Yeah.
By the way, boys, a couple of shouts from the chat. Van Persie, Ian Wright, and Bobby Firmino is...
Firmino's not better.
Not Bobby.
Firmino's not better.
He's not a strike. He's not a number 9 in the same
Ian
way.
Wright was better. Ian Wright broke Arsenal's all-time record. Ian Wright was so unlucky that Thierry Henry came so quickly after and was so good. That's what's Ian Wright was so unlucky.
I don't even want to defend him. He's going to Wrexham, so I don't want to defend Jamie Vardy.
How many
He's going
years?
to Wrexham.
How many years did Ian Wright have the Arsenal goal scorer? Like he broke Cliff Baston's record, and I reckon that Thierry Henry must have broke it. What?
That's
5 years
crazy.
later, was he?
And he joined when he was 29 years old. He joined Arsenal when he was old.
Yeah, not 29 though.
I think he was 29.
Can't have been.
Fact check.
Can't have
I think
been.
he was
Mate,
29 when he
can't-
left Palace.
That's amazing. If he's broken the goal.
If I got that wrong, I apologise.
No,
I'm pretty sure
it's
it's one of those weird
It's
ones
got
where
to
he
be.
joined when
It's
he was quite old.
No, he was old because he turned pro late, but he didn't join Arsenal when he was. He can't have been
28.
28. See, I told you.
Oh, you're such a fucking whiner.
No, I
He was
told you.
29.
No, he's 28. You're 28
Do
until
you
you're
do
29.
ChatGPT because you're doing the maths on Wikipedia? Do ChatGPT.
No, you're 28
No,
until you're
but Jack's
29.
doing the maths. You don't know when his month,
No,
the month of his birthday.
1991 he joined.
Yeah, 91. How old was he in 91?
Yeah, 29.
Yeah, but when's his birthday?
May.
ChatGPT it.
No, you don't need to chat GPT.
100%.
Don't need to chat GPT.
But he was 29.
Did you see Ian Wright got slandered by Eni Aluko?
If you slag off him, it's like slagging off the Pope. It's like, what are you doing? Like, are you dumb? No, but seriously.
Yeah. Who's that? Jack Grealish?
Jesus, man. Oh my God. Yeah. Sevilla.
Oh, lovely
that'd have been
effort.
That'd have been outrageous.
Amazing effort there. Jack
So what were you
Grealish.
talking about? What were you talking about?
I was talking
You just
about
moved
Jack
on.
Grealish.
Okay, right. Yeah, Jamie Vardy linked to Wrexham. What do you think about that?
He shouldn't go to Wrexham.
It's embarrassing, isn't it?
No, but if he wants, surely Jamie Vardy just needs to go play MLS football. Like, Rebecca Vardy will love that.
Yeah. You don't think
Imagine
a Premier League club? Do
Imagine Rebecca Vardy living La Vida Loca in Miami.
you think he's got enough to stay in the Premier League if he wanted to?
Vardy? Of course not. We did score eight goals this season.
Yeah,
It's
but
quite a
for
lot
shit-
of goals,
shit
actually.
side.
For a team that have scored, like didn't they go 9 games without scoring or something?
Never been seen before.
Yeah.
That's grim. I don't want them to come back up again. I'm Southampton.
I think he should go and play for. If I was
block
helping
these
Vardy
guys, man.
choose,
I don't want them back in the league. Fuck these guys.
where would you go and play? Say you were Jamie Vardy.
LAFC.
Would you want to live in LA? Is that your
if I was
choice?
rich.
Is that your choice, really? I thought you were better than that. I honestly thought you were better than
Yeah,
that.
but
Because that would be
maybe
my
New
least.
York, but I'm thinking about the weather. I'm talking about a
New
footballer.
York.
As a footballer, you want the sunshine, don't you? know
Where
what I mean?
else
Like,
is good? Where else is good? Philadelphia?
you can't go. It's not like you can go to Barcelona.
No.
I'd rather go to Barcelona than LA. But
No, but if
it's
you
not
so
you
if
can't
you
go
go
there.
so look, you are Buvey, you're you,
Yeah,
but you've had Jamie Vardy's career. So
Yeah,
you've
so
done
I'm
it
34,
all. So you're
35.
34, you've got Rebecca on your arm, you're a happy man.
Yeah,
And now what? Where would you go?
Miami, LA, one of those. The hot part. New York can be.
But
you know,
New
the
York,
climate.
you do get lovely summers.
Yeah, so I love New York, but
But you get lovely summers as well.
you've got your family. You're 35. It's New York when you're a bit older can be a little bit maybe
Could be because you've got kids.
too
and stuff.
quick and all that. I mean, I think Miami. Into Miami.
Dancing in a city where the heat is on all night on the beach till the break of dawn and that.
100%.
Mm.
He never swore once in his rap career, you know. Will I am.
Will Smith even.
Will Smith. And Will I am. I'm sure Will I am's PG.
No, Will I Am definitely swore. Gonna get that boom, boom, boom. Gonna get that.
Do you remember he did that song with Cheryl Cole and he green screened her into the music video?
Into the future, Cybertron. Hard, faster, better, stronger. Sexy ladies, extra longer. Yeah, we got to beat that pound. Yeah. Of all your Will I Ams, what's your favourite Will I Am song?
One with Cheryl Cole.
How's it go?
I don't know, actually. I forgot.
'Cause you love it that
He
much.
green screened her into the music video.
Well, they never met.
No.
Do you know?
Just her dancing around in a green screen.
Really?
And he's dancing with Britney, I think Britney Spears or something.
Britney Spears.
Yeah, really weird.
I saw Britney Spears dancing with swords.
Yeah.
You seen that? I saw that on the internet. I thought it was what's it called? ET
Sad
or
what's
whatever they
happened to
call
her,
it.
man.
AI. I thought it was a
Protectorate. Was it a Protectorate? Her dad over it? What
no,
was
her
it?
dad was something. But yeah, she was dancing with swords, and I was like, "What are you doing? That's so dangerous." Like, I think even walking with a sword is dangerous. Even walking
Well,
with
with
one,
you, because it would tip you over. So I would, if I was you, I wouldn't walk with a sword.
I wouldn't walk
It'd
with
be
a sword.
heavier than you.
Mate, what am I, Prince Arthur?
No,
Why would I
what-
walk with a sword? What am I going to do with a sword?
Some of these long swords are big.
Do you know
mate.
the
But I'm
crazy-
saying the weight factor, it tip you over.
Do you know the crazy thing about Britney as well? Like, she wanted to do this dance with swords, and she's in her house, and she's gone, hang on, let me just get these swords and do a dance.
Yeah.
Why you got swords in your house?
Protection. America's a weird place, man.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Well, she's got a couple of swords in
Have you
case I break in.
have you seen some of the movies in America?
I've seen the like Scream films.
Scream. You got Last of Us. You got crazy things going on. You know,
Yeah,
on the road.
yeah. There's
Jesus.
a lot of scary films out there. But yeah, I saw Britney doing that.
I hope she's all right, man. Wonder if she's watching.
Do you know?
Do you think she's ever seen? Right, get this right. You know, like if you put a TikTok out, it goes onto a For You page. So
Yeah.
you might see something you've not subscribed to. Do you think like Will Smith or Britney or Simon Cowell, like a random person, or Prince William, has seen one of your videos?
No, because he
On
wouldn't.
TikTok,
Prince William's not on the social media, so he wouldn't.
I think he is.
I'll tell you
I bet he is.
who's definitely seen something I've done because he liked it.
Like a random.
Usain Bolt.
What?
If you're ever in an overlap clip,
Yeah.
Usain Bolt will like it.
Yeah.
Usain Bolt will like it. So
That's
he's definitely
incredible.
seen my face. He doesn't know who I am.
Yeah. But
And
that's
he
amazing
probably
to
scrolled
think.
past, but he's seen it.
That's amazing to think.
Usain Bolt has definitely seen it.
Like 50 years ago, that's not happening
No.
unless you make it on TV.
No, that's not happening.
Like or a movie or your movie
Okay,
actor.
do you reckon, 6 degrees of separation, has Pep Guardiola, does Pep Guardiola know who Buvey is? Seriously.
No.
Okay,
I
does
think you
Jack
would've
Grealish?
seen-
Does Jack Grealish? If I went to
Maybe.
Jack Grealish, right, be honest, I'm not going to tell anybody. Buvey.
I'd
just say
say
Buvey.
no, but I'd say it's better chance than Pep. I'd say no.
I think there's a good chance that Grealish knows exactly who.
I think Haaland knows who you are.
Me?
Yeah, Haaland definitely.
Oh, but,
Yeah.
maybe. He'd probably seen that clip.
I'd say Beckham and Salah know who you are as well. And for me as well, really, with Ronaldo and Salah. But there we go.
Yeah, but you kind of did well, and
I did fantastically well.
All right, calm down, mate. There's a super chat here from Danny O'Hanrahan, and it says, "Did you ever watch Peter O'Hanrahan?
What's that?
You don't know the Channel 4 show Peter O'Hanrahan?
No.
Chris Morris? No, fair enough.
No.
How do you guys think this City team fits the players like Haaland coming back, Foden being back on form, and new signing, i.e. Wirtz?" Danny Hanrahan, thank you so much for your super chat there. Really do appreciate it. There's one problem with it. He says Foden being back on form as if it's a given. I'm worried about Phil Foden.
No, he's not been trusted in any of the games. In the last 6, I don't think he's played a minute in the last 6. Jack can correct me if I'm wrong, but he certainly hasn't started in the last 6.
What's happened, mate?
I think he's being given a real kick up the backside by Pep, and I think hopefully he comes back strong next season.
Okay, hopefully is a crucial word, and I respect you saying that, because you can see what Danny Hanrahan's done. He's just said Foden will be back on form, and I've kind of got that from City fans I talk to.
If you do well in football for 7 years and you have one bad season, that's a minority amount of time.
Absolutely, it's a minority amount of time. I'm not questioning your maths, but top players don't have a year off. Like top players, like realistically, in his career, you could probably name the amount of games, individual games that David Silva had off.
Yeah,
you could probably name the amount of
David
games.
Silva never had a bad game. I'd say.
Exactly. Okay, there you go.
You know what I mean? I really, honestly.
Phil Foden has had a year off.
Yeah.
There's no guarantees that he comes back strong.
No, I know. There certainly aren't. But you can in football. Dele Alli is a bad example. It's a very extreme example, but you can really go off the boil. I'm not saying Phil Foden's going to do a Dele Alli, but
can you think of anyone who's been as good as Phil Foden, then as bad as Phil Foden, and then got to being as good as Phil Foden was before? It's not easy, is it?
That's a fucking great question, mate. I mean, that's a fantastic question, mate. I don't know where you got that from. No, that's Jeremy Paxman stuff, mate. Honestly, seriously, man.
Because I don't think there is.
So you're saying PFA Player of the Year?
I'm saying basically the best player in the league. I'm going to say it in extremes, right? The best player in the league, the worst player in the league,
I've got a fucking great one.
You've got an answer?
I've fucking answered the question.
Have you?
So I've won.
Have you?
Mahrez won PFA Player of the Year. He took a season off for Leicester City. People forget that. Before he joined Man City, took a season off. He didn't train very well. He didn't play. Am I right, Jack, or wrong? Before he wanted to leave for Man City season before.
He was handing in transfer requests and stuff.
I'd love to see his numbers.
Hang on, but that's interesting though, because that's kind of more going on strike or whatever than
it happened.
Yeah, okay. No, it's a great answer.
It happened.
It's a great answer. It's a great answer.
He's come back.
I didn't think you had that in you.
What about Salah last season?
Oh
no, Salah last season's a myth, mate. He scored loads of goals. He had a bad time because he came back from AFCON injured, didn't he? But I swear he still scored 20 Premier League goals. Or 20 goals anyway.
He scored a few last season.
I reckon he scored closer to 30 last season. But people forget.
I don't think that's spot. I don't think that's right. I think he had.
All right, I bet you he scored 20.
No. I think you're
goals.
right. What I mean is, I don't think Salah had a drop off like that.
No,
I think
he came back from AFCON injured.
Yeah, he was a little bit. Yeah, it wasn't a great season for all of them.
But I do remember stats. You know, at the beginning of this season when he was brilliant, I do remember a stat going round where we were in like November and he'd already scored the amount. He'd already had the same amount of goal contributions this season that he had last season.
This is his best ever goal scoring season, except for his first season. I think
it's like 30. No, it's more. In terms of goals and assists.
In the Premier League, yeah.
It's more.
Yeah. He's got to get 32 in the Premier League to get there, I think.
Yeah. Guys, what's your honest opinion on Ruben Amorim? That's from Ryan FT.
Well, we've got a new watcher. He's never watched the channel before.
FTW.
I've been going on about it for 6 months. He's a fraud.
What's FTW mean?
For the wind.
For the wind?
Yeah.
What wind?
It's like a gaming thing.
What, for the wind?
For the FTW means like what does it mean? I don't know what it means.
I think it's for the win.
For the wind? No, it's for the wind.
I don't think it's wind.
Why would it be for the wind?
I don't know. It's a gaming thing. I've not gamed in years, man. I don't
Windies.
know. I don't even have a gaming console anymore. I don't know. Fuck knows.
Who knows? Anyway, Ryan wants to know your honest opinions on Ruben Amorim.
He's a fraud, isn't he?
Manchester City go in at half-time 1-0 up. They've absolutely dominated. And I don't want to sound too harsh on Forest here, but they haven't turned up, have they?
Well, I think if you get on the mega bus now, back to Nottingham Forest, you get a discount from Victoria Station. Seriously, because they'll be half empty.
Also, getting out of Wembley is a pain in the arse. If you leave now, you might get out by full time.
Yeah, Wembley, Jubilee line. I'll give you the thing. If you're watching on your phone...
Wrong.
No,
Wrong.
not the overground.
You go Metline.
Oh,
2
yeah.
stops Baker Street. 3 stops
I thought
Euston.
Jubilee down
No,
to...
wait, to get to Nottingham, you go where? St Pancras Station. You do not get on the Jubilee line. You get on the Metropolitan line. You go straight through to King's Cross. You walk to
No, but I'm
St
talking about
Pancras.
the megabus.
You're home and
Yeah,
dry.
the megabus at you have to go
Megabus
to
Victoria
Station.
Victoria.
You have
Can't be
to.
going to coach stations, mate. Can't be going to coach stations.
No, but these Nottingham Forest fans, you don't know. There's a cost of living crisis out there. Do you know what I mean?
No, but Nottingham's
They're putting
wealthy.
security tags on steaks in Sainsbury's. So maybe these guys need a megabus. Who knows? And it's cheap now.
Funny you say that. I was in a pub, good pub, called The Prince, right next to Kilburn Park Station with my dad 2 days ago. Someone came in and had a chat with us. And to order went, what do you want from the supermarket? Literally, like, rather than... I didn't say anything because I wouldn't do that. And neither would my dad. But hypothetically, you could go, couple of ribeyes, and then they went off and got it and came back to the pub.
Wow.
It's amazing.
That's crazy.
Clever. It's unbelievable.
What, doing your shopping for you?
Yeah, but they don't necessarily pay for it. I don't. Maybe they do. I don't know.
That's crazy.
I can believe it.
That's mental.
It's like to order.
Yeah.
It's like to order. It's like Ocado to the pub.
Yeah.
Sensational
That
stuff.
sounds great, man.
Baby reindeer, Buvey. What?
That's to do with you giving away.
Thomas
the location
Hernandez
of the
says
place.
baby reindeer now knows where Buvey is.
Yeah, I've had some dodgy exes in the past trying to find up stuff like that. It's mental, man. You don't want to stalk
That's
her.
because you're such a playboy.
No, I had an ex calling up my mum and all that. She had no idea. She found her in the Yellow Pages and all sorts. Mental stuff. Mental
Do you know,
stuff.
I like to mock you, Buvey, and I like to take the mick out of certain things, which I often do. But that kind of thing, I find really, I will never mock that.
Crazy.
It's terrifying.
It's baby reindeer stuff.
It's terrifying.
But my mum laughed it off at the time. But it was crazy.
Baby reindeer.
Do you watch that show?
Yeah, I really didn't like it. I found that guy
Do you think it was
such
a
a
good
weirdo,
show?
man.
Do you think it was like a well-made show? Except
Yeah.
for like you just didn't like.
I
the story.
thought the actress was sensational.
She was great. Yeah.
I found the guy so weird, like so
Richard
weird.
Gadd.
Yeah, so awkward and
comedian
weird,
kind of.
or like off.
Yeah.
I didn't find him endearing or particularly sympathetic. I found him weird. And then I saw her. Did you ever see her interviewed post, like the real girl?
Yeah, with Piers
Piers
Morgan.
Morgan. Yeah. Wow. No, I don't think any show. Have you? Can you remember a show like Capturing the Nation like that? Maybe the Squid Games.
Yeah, but even then, that's a.
I watched the second version of that, and no good.
Oh shit, mate.
No good.
The final part's coming out in the
Yeah,
summer.
maybe that'll be good. Maybe.
Yeah,
Harry says, which champions following season is worse, the 1920 Liverpool team or this City team? Remember, this was a topic of conversation on a previous show. So the worst defending champions. Interestingly, and I don't know if he's just forgotten, but the worst defending champions was either Leicester or Chelsea. Does he only want the conversation to be between the two teams that he said, Liverpool City? But the two worst was the Leicester.
Well, Leicester sacked Ranieri because they're in a relegation battle.
And Chelsea won the league and finished 10th.
And 10th, which sounds decent now by today's standards. But not decent, but it's not as bad as
No, but
Man United
at one point in that season, it looked like we were going down.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. Like genuinely going.
Crazy.
Well, you know, like Man United this year, their points tally could see them relegated.
38 points.
38
They're
points.
not safe.
They're not No, they are safe because everybody else is so crap. But
No, but like what I'm saying is the points total is they're not safe in most Premier League seasons.
Yeah,
Obviously, they're fine. Everyone's relegated now.
I mean,
but
that's what I mean.
they're not at 40 points yet.
It's amazing that, you know, if we'd had a good year, like, you know, if we'd had a good Premier League team down the bottom, like say it had been one of those years where, do you remember when West Ham got relegated with 43?
Wow, yeah,
Manchester
yeah.
United could have, like West Ham went down with 43 points. 43 points these days will see you practically mid-table.
Because Southampton want to play out from the back, we've been robbed of an all-time relegation
Buvey,
battle.
why does everyone do this? Why does everyone do this? Why is it now fashionable to be crap but somehow take pride in it? Like that Russell Martin at Southampton. Shit.
Yeah, but it's just copying fashion trends. Like everyone had a mohawk in 2001 after David Beckham did it.
Wore a Von Dutch hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Did
it.
you have a mohawk?
I didn't have a mohawk. I've never worn a Von Dutch hat.
Did you ever copy a footballer's haircut?
No.
No.
But in the footballers that I like, if you think about the footballers that I like John Terry has basically had one haircut his entire life.
What, short back and sides?
Like
no?
you.
Yeah.
There's a man over there, right? That man found a haircut that he liked when he was about 12 and he stuck with it. He stuck with it. Didn't you, Booth? You found a haircut that you liked at about 10 or 11 and you went, "That's my haircut for life." John Terry did the same thing. John Terry found a haircut that he liked when he was 10 or 11, and he's had John Terry's basically had 3 haircuts his whole life, and 2 of them are variations of the same one.
I had a buzz cut once accidentally from the barber.
What, literal buzz cut? Like literally grade 1?
Yeah, 1 or 2. Oh, my man.
Thing is, where you could look...
I look like I had 10 as both.
You wouldn't look good because you... Not that you wouldn't look good. What you would look like, because you're big...
No.
You could look aggressive. Yeah, you could look aggressive.
Like,
Whereas when I have like my...
I was on a motorbike gang or something.
I look ill. Yeah, you look like a thug.
Yeah.
And I look like I'm ill.
Ill? What do you mean? Anemic?
Or worse.
No, you've got bright coloured skin.
No, but
you're not that pale.
No, but do you know Tom Hanks in the film Philadelphia? Thoughts on West Ham? Oh, mate, let's talk about Graham Potter. Graham Potter.
He's cracking under the pressure.
I have no idea why everybody wants to pretend that Graham Potter is a good manager, and I'm so happy that this has happened.
Let's give him a chance.
No. He's had so many chances. He deserves nothing.
He's not had a fresh
start
an
average manager.
He's not started a season yet with West Ham.
Such an average manager.
He's not had pre-season.
Why does he deserve it? Why does he deserve it? Why does he deserve anything even close?
He's a good Premier League manager.
No, he isn't.
We don't he isn't. Yes, he is.
I don't understand what's wrong with everybody. People love managers like Graham Potter, who, let's face it, are crap, and we're really snide about managers.
What do you mean by crap? He wasn't good enough for Chelsea. I'm not going to sit there and say he was better than Chelsea.
West Ham either.
Chelsea are a 2-time European Cup winner side. They're a big club.
So what level do you think he is then?
So he's not Chelsea, fine. But
I don't think he's Premier League.
Yeah, he is. Yes, he is.
I don't think he's Premier League. I don't think Graham Potter is a Premier League manager.
What you're conflating is you don't want him in the Premier League. That's different to him being good enough to manage in the Premier League.
No, genuinely, I'm as a football fan, I believe hate has a lot of place in football. Like tribal rivalries and that. I get it, and I'm part of that. I let my feelings towards Tottenham cloud my judgment on many occasions. I'm not even going to deny that. But Graham Potter is
he's more Premier League than Ange Postecoglou.
I don't care about. I don't care about Potter. When I talk about some managers, I will admit, and I'd like to think that I can be transparent enough here to go, I let the bias.
No.
Yeah, I don't think I'm like that with Potter because I literally don't care.
I'm not
about
even saying he's top 6 in the league. I'm not saying he's Eddie Howe. I'm not saying that, but he's better than. I'd say he's more Premier League proven than Ruben Amorim. We don't know enough about Ruben Amorim.
Okay,
we don't.
But that could mean that
Ange
Ruben Amorim...
Postecoglou, these are 2 biggest clubs in England, Spurs and Man United. And Potter's got more of a right to be here than those 2 for sure.
I don't think that's
more
true.
Than Kieran McKenna.
No, Kieran McKenna's at a totally different stage of his journey, though. Kieran McKenna has just competed in a Premier League season and done relatively well with the League One
Kieran
squad.
McKenna's
He deserves praise.
Brought a side in Ipswich, spent a lot of money, 150 million quid, tried to play out from the back, one of the worst defensive lines ever seen in Premier League history.
This is
and if
unjust.
it was Graham Potter, we'd be slagging him off for doing the exact same thing. But what Graham Potter did with Brighton when he was a very young manager is he actually achieved massive success with Brighton in playing out from the back, playing a beautiful system.
No. This is
keeping them
unjust.
ninth in the league.
This isn't fair. Effectively, this whole did all right at Brighton. I don't even contest that. He did all right at Brighton.
Yeah.
But he left and they did better without him. They've gone on to better things. Roberto De Zerbi did better with his team than he did. He's won nothing. He's got no foothold in the game. And yet people talk about him like he's a great at the game. People talk about him like he's a visionary. Graham Potter has achieved literally nothing in the game and people lionise him to this ridiculous level.
Enzo Maresca.
Comparable to Graham Potter. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But so Enzo Maresca, in your eyes, has no right to be in the Premier League then? Because Graham Potter's a better manager than Enzo Maresca.
I agree. I think Chelsea plucked Enzo Maresca.
And Enzo Maresca's not the right signing. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying you say that
was a
either.
terrible appointment.
But that's three of the 6 biggest clubs, 3 of the big 6, who Graham Potter's got more of a Premier League legacy, more Premier League experience, more of a right to be here than 3 out of the big 6 managers.
No, but he's also been sacked more. He's also made a pig's ear of it more. So you know your Ruben Amorim.
Chelsea's bad.
Your Ruben Amorim.
Chelsea was bad.
Your Ruben Amorim shout.
Yeah.
Like Ruben Amorim, it might be right. But at the moment, we don't know.
He didn't get sacked from Brighton. He left. He got bought out. One of the most expensive managerial signings in the history of football to Chelsea. And let's be honest, he wasn't great at Chelsea, but that was a mad situation.
Okay. What about West Ham then?
He's not been sacked from West Ham.
No, he's not been sacked, but maybe he should be.
No, he's come halfway through a season. And West Ham fans would say Lopetegui is one of the worst managers in their history.
Yeah, that's true.
I know you don't like him. I say fair play. That's your view. I don't even
I don't
back him massively.
particularly dislike him.
Give him
I
a
really
pre-season though.
What I find so infuriating about him is, how we can be quite snide about some managers in the game. These slightly older managers, the David Moyes, when you think about the way that he's spoken about the press, Steve Bruce, when you think about the way that he's spoken about by us, who else would be an example of this? Neil Warnock.
Yeah, Neil Warnock, yeah.
Those kind of managers, we all sneer at. And then crap managers are lionised. Graham Potter gets... Neil Warnock knows more about football and has done more in football than Graham Potter could even dream of doing.
I don't think he has, Rory.
But that's true, though. That's
It's
not even...
not. I
That's
don't
just
think it
fact.
is. Look, Neil Warnock
Steve Bruce.
is a second-tier manager. He gets sides into the Premier League. He's done it 5 or 6 times more than anyone else. I think Neil Warnock's very underrated. But then he's not got Brighton to 10th in the Premier League. He's not played European football with Ostersons against Arsenal, getting results against them. That is a different level to football. It is a different level.
Actually,
he's not managed Chelsea, by the way. Graham Potter, even getting the Chelsea job, is better than anything Neil Warnock's ever done.
I agree with you, by the way.
You're a giant
He
in
was
Europe.
ridiculously over-promoted. When we had standards, he would have never got the job.
But Neil Warnock's not. Neil Warnock was managing Scarborough. And that's a great story, but that's not Brighton in the Premier League.
Neil Warnock was extremely good at getting teams to the Premier League and then keeping them in the Premier League. And I'm arguing about Neil Warnock here. This is applicable to maybe Steve Bruce. This is applicable to
He wasn't good at
maybe
keeping them in
Sam
the Premier League.
Pardon?
He wasn't very good at keeping them in the Premier League. I don't think he ever kept a side in the. He
No, but
relegated Cardiff.
He was
he
really
relegated
unlucky with Cardiff. Do you remember
Sheffield
Chelsea?
United.
Do you remember that Chelsea game against
Yeah,
Cardiff?
but he got relegated. Got battered every week. I remember that Cardiff City side. It's not his fault. That's the town
QPR,
situation.
he had QPR up, didn't he?
I think he got relegated with. I think he's been relegated with Sheffield United. He's been relegated with Cardiff City. He's been relegated with.
The point I'm
Palace.
making though, Steve Bruce, Sam Allardyce, those kind of managers.
they're
We
great
we
managers.
kind of look down on. Not when I say we, I mean like probably people who were watching this. Everybody's a little bit snide about that kind of genre of manager. And then the Russell Martin, the Graham Potters, the Vincent Company, they're all kind of celebrated. And you're like, Graham Potter versus Steve Bruce in terms of like football contribution. Steve Bruce is a god compared to Graham Potter. Graham Potter,
you're right.
Graham Potter
You're
is like
spot
me
on.
and you.
Yeah, but what you're saying about Warnock, you're spot on. Warnock right now has got a longer, deeper legacy in football. You're spot on. If you manage 1,000 games, Steve Bruce as well, whatever. But at the moment, Graham Potter is still a way better manager than everyone you just said. And we can't throw Vincent Company's a strange one. He's gone to Bayern Munich. But the lad from Southampton, he's nowhere near Graham Potter as a manager. He's nowhere near.
No,
Kieran McKenna.
I just think. No, see, Kieran McKenna. I can't be too harsh on McKenna because what he did, getting 2 consecutive promotions in the way that he did with Ipswich, has effectively confined him to relegation before they kicked the ball. Because you cannot keep a team in the Premier League when you aren't meant to be in the Premier League. You are competing against Man United and Liverpool, Man City and Chelsea with a League One squad.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember at the beginning of the season, I was talking to an Ipswich fan, like my mate at work, and he went to me, we need Amari Hutchinson to have a good year. And I was like, fuck me, that's your... that's what you're relying on.
But they spent a lot of money as well. They did spend...
know,
they gave
but-
it a go. Southampton, I think Southampton found you could bring him into the studio and say we didn't give it a go.
Southampton and Leicester were pitiful.
Yeah.
Pitiful.
Ipswich
But I
gave
don't
it a
think
go, but he
Ipswich
still got
were...
relegated.
I don't think...
I think Graham Potter deserves... I think he's a West Ham level manager right now. If you prove me wrong in the next couple of years, then fair enough.
Well, I said at the appointment, I said bad appointment, and you said good appointment.
Yeah.
So one of us is right and one of us is wrong because we've both gone polar ends of the debate.
Yeah.
So we'll find out, I guess, next season.
But he looked like whatever you say, like he did look under pressure.
Well, do you know
the press conference?
Do you know what I think hit him? When he came to Chelsea, we were saying, like, the job swallowed him whole. Like, it was just too big for him. You know the way you've seen some managers, they get a job and they're just like, they can't handle it. Like, they just can't handle it. I mean, the famous one when I was a kid was Graham Taylor at England. Like, he went from Watford to England and it was like, what is happening? Potter at Chelsea, the job just swallowed him
But even
whole.
then he beat AC Milan, didn't he? That's something.
He's at home and away.
Yeah,
I mean, we're not Dortmund out there, but sometimes it's just like AC Milan, because of who you are and your like knowledge of football and history of football, you're thinking Marco van Basten when the truth
But
is
still, to beat
Christian Pulisic.
to beat AC Milan in any game in the Champions League.
But the trouble is, it isn't that. I wish it was. I wish it was that. But the days of Oliver Bierhoff and Clarence Seedorf and Kaká,
It's over.
it's Christian fucking Pulisic.
Yeah, and Loftus-Cheek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think give him a pre-season, man. Give him a pre-season.
We'll see. We shall see. N. Simmons wants Bristol City to go up.
Yeah, it's a big game against Leeds United. I think if Bristol City beat Leeds United at Ellen Road on Monday night, it's over. That's the playoffs.
What you'd be in?
City.
Bristol City would be in the
Guaranteed, I think,
Bristol City would be in the playoffs
for the first time in nearly 20
And if Coventry beat Borough,
Yeah.
they will be in the playoffs.
Coventry, that's tight for them now.
They have to beat Borough.
Yeah.
Well, they have to get a point against Borough.
Yeah.
I think.
Just hope Borough, don't catch up. But Millwall, I think Millwall got a result, didn't they?
Yeah,
as well?
but it's just a bit too. They
Too
need
little,
too
too
much
late.
to go. They need too much to go their way.
It's going to be a juicy set of playoffs. Set of playoffs.
It really is. Oh, look, Anthony Elanga coming on.
I think City just win this game 3-0, mate, honestly. Just keep the ball.
Yeah, I do as well.
Just keep the ball, make it super boring. What Nottingham Forest fans want is an exciting end-to-end game. And that's not how you win FA Cup semi-finals. Maybe it's how you win a final and you have the adrenaline. But a semi-final is a professional job. You just get through it.
Yeah.
No one remembers
I agree. There is literally no such thing.
We played Sheffield United a few years ago. Mara scored a hat-trick and it's just like casual.
Mate, you're right. There's no such thing as a good performance in the semi-final or a bad performance. Like, a good performance is winning it, a bad performance is losing it.
Yeah.
Do you know, like...
Yeah. Forest fans are having a day out. They've got on the mega bus. They've come down. No, but they have. They've gone to Victoria Station. Whether they got the Met line, maybe they've got an Uber.
No, they got the Met line.
What, from Victoria?
St Pancras. No, they're not going. Nobody's getting.
How did you get to St Pancras?
St Pancras, Nottingham Station,
Yeah.
straight
But
into St Pancras.
we agreed that train prices in this country are absolute shambles. Megabus is $9.99.
You're not getting on the megabus, man.
If you want extra legroom, it's
If you're coming-
$19.99.
Mate, imagine the nightmare. You're coming from Nottingham. You have to go past Wembley,
Traffic's
through
horrible.
London,
The traffic's
into
horrible.
Victoria to go back up to Wembley.
The traffic's horrible. And the
Mental.
pigeons in Victoria Station. It's
Also,
horrible.
You're getting into St Pancras. Ooh, you're getting into St Pancras. Manchester City fans are getting into King's Cross. I tell you what,
Thank God
the
they're in separate
Euston
buildings.
Flyer is going to be lively.
Yeah, thank God they're separate buildings now.
The Euston Flyer is going to be busy
I always
on
get
the
lost
Euston
between
Road.
the two buildings. The two buildings are crazy, man.
Mate,
You don't know where you're coming or going.
That King's Cross building, like the St Pancras Hotel.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I had
That's
Christmas
crazy.
Day in there. I had a Christmas Day in
The
that
guy
restaurant.
with the tower.
Yeah, that's where I had
There's a
Christmas
guy that
Day.
lives in the top, isn't there? Have you seen the video
Yeah,
about that?
I have.
And he keeps his Lamborghini outside?
Yeah, that's right. No, there's a Marcus Waring restaurant in the back. I went there Christmas Day.
Is it good,
Mum
yeah?
and Nan. Lovely, yeah. Very nice. I can't cook, you see.
No, I can't, mate.
can't cook.
It's all about timing cooking.
I can't cook.
No.
You know, the day I got married is the day Charlie Bigham must have been heartbroken. His shares went down.
Who's Charlie Bigham?
Oh!
See you later. He's missed it.
Anthony
He's
Elanga.
missed it. That's the best chance they've ever had.
Callum Hudson.
They ain't winning nothing. Adios, amigos.
I mean, that is such a good chance, isn't it? Callum
Adios.
Hudson-Odoi is such a good player, man. Look at that. It's perfect.
He's
Perfect.
been linked to Atletico. I think Atletico Madrid.
Has he?
He's been linked to.
Mate, he's a wicked... Oh, he's made this terrible.
That is Sunday League.
Right, I need a wee.
That's Scarborough stuff. Go on, I'll hold the fort. Go on.
Get your questions in.
Give me some questions, lads, and put them on the screen, please, Jack. Yeah, that's a big miss from Anthony Elanga. Absolutely huge. I need to see something on the screen in a big way. Let us know in the comments down below any changes Forest need to make, Man City need to make, any thoughts about Liverpool as well. Down below, give me some topics to talk about. We're doing a monologue. This is Shakespeare stuff. Hamlet. What do I think about Wrexham? Wow, we started on a negative note. The interesting thing about Wrexham, yeah, they could be the biggest club in Wales at the start of next season. There's a good chance. If they finish the championship above Swansea City and Cardiff City are in League One next season, they could be the biggest Welsh club. Not the biggest in terms of the stadium, but the biggest projects, the closest to the Premier League, the highest ranked Welsh club could be Wrexham next season. That's amazing when you think about it. Cardiff were in the Premier League in the last 10 years. Swansea City have been in the Premier League multiple times in the last 10 years. Won the League Cup. Cardiff City to be in League One as well. That's craziness. They're not guaranteed relegation yet, are they, Jack?
Yeah, they're down.
They're down.
They're down. Went down yesterday.
Did they? Yeah. We've got Cardiff relegated. What a beautiful day. I think it's an underrated thing. If you're a Bristol City fan out there, I think it could be one of the greatest seasons of your life. I think you could be 100 years old and not have a season as good as this. Because there could be a world where Cardiff City, Bristol Rovers get relegated and Bristol City play in the first division for the first time since 1980. Let that sink in. 1980. It's outrageous. It's outrageous. Top 5 predictions for the Premier League. Next season, the top 5 next season is going to be very, very interesting. It's going to be Man City and Liverpool in no particular order. I think Arsenal, they've only got 2 spots. Man United has to be knocking on the door with the money they've spent. I don't think they will be. Will Nottingham Forest do it again next season? I don't even know if they'll be in it this season. Aston Villa, Newcastle United. I think Newcastle United will be the next one. Is that a fair shout, Jack? Do you think?
I think if they spend again in the summer, then yeah.
Yeah, Newcastle United, keep Isaac, keep Bruno, 3 or 4 players. Lewis Hall's back to full fitness, Pope in goal, Livramento. They've got, what a side they've got. Kieran Trippier's maybe still there, bit of experience. So I've said Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, Newcastle, one more.
Chelsea?
I don't see how Chelsea, I don't know. If Chelsea get into the top 5 this season, they go out and sign Osman and maybe. But I don't know. I'd back Aston Villa ahead of Chelsea to get it right in the transfer market. Be ambitious. Oh, wow. Big chance for Man City there to make it 2-0. Yeah, I don't know about Chelsea. I think Aston Villa maybe. They got a better manager. We don't even know that. Oh! Sells with a massive, massive opportunity there. Big save from Kovacic. Absolutely outrageous. Will any promoted teams stay up in the Premier League next season? I think Leeds United have got a chance of staying in the Premier League next season. But apart from that, I think everyone else gets absolutely relegated. If Sunderland came up, I think they'd have maybe decent ownership to get some good players in. But I think if Coventry, Borough, Bristol City, Sheffield
handball?
United...
That might be handball.
Handball?
Yeah, sure.
Handball is going
It's a penalty.
in. Yeah.
That's 2-0.
It's got to be. Is it not getting given?
He hasn't given it. He didn't give it straight away. I don't know if it's gone to VAR.
Why has it not gone to VAR?
That's ridiculous.
I
He's
don't
cleared
know
it
if
off
it
the
has.
line with his hand. But no, you know when you're talking about the promoted teams, Buvey, I feel like, apart from Leeds...
Oh! Get in there! It's 2-0! Oh, it's game over.
Game over.
That is outrageous.
Game over.
Vardy's been so good in the last 6 games, man. 6-7 games.
Crystal
He's been
Palace
outrageous.
versus Man City going to finish the season on such a high. They're actually going to bloody finish the season second in the league with a trophy.
I think we deserved that. That was a penalty. For me, that's a penalty.
Of course it is. The
Why
trajectory
is he
it's
not
changed
giving
the
that?
trajectory of the ball.
Why is he not giving that? It's crazy. But what header from Gvardiol?
Mate, what's Murillo doing?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. Gvardiol's been so good, man. He's been so good in the last 7 games. Look at this. Oh.
I can't believe the amount of empty seats in. It's not just the block. Right, Buvey's gone. So send me some questions. Send me any question. Literally any question you want, I will answer it. 100% truthful. Tell me anything you want. Hit me. Jack. Wait for who to come in?
For the questions to come in.
All right, you ask me one.
What I will ask you,
I'll play a game. Play a game with me. Ready?
What?
Anything.
Oh,
Quiz me.
I thought you were going to
Ask
suggest
me a
a
quiz.
game. Let me ask you a question quick. How many years do you think it will be until Wrexham are in the Premier League?
Hopefully never.
But how many do you actually think?
Within 5?
Yeah,
Within 5? Is that... What do you think?
I think 5.
5.
5 sounds fair.
Within 5.
People are asking Rangers or Celtic.
I've played at Ibrox, so Rangers. But yeah, Rangers.
How tall are you?
5'5" and a bit.
What was it like acting with Jamie Foreman?
He's a king, absolute icon. And do you know the best thing about it? His dad was like a part of the craze, like Freddie Foreman. He just recently died, sadly. He used to run the London doors for all the good nightclubs when I was young. Emporium, Funky Buddha. He would run all of the doors. So because I worked with him, I just got entry to all the nightclubs. You know, when I was 23 or whatever, I could just go to all the best nightclubs in Mayfair and that. So no, working with Jamie was amazing. Love to see him again, man. He's a king.
Would you rather have a beer with Sol Campbell or Harry Kane?
Kane.
What else we got here? How highly do you rate the Leeds versus Chelsea rivalry?
Top 3 rivalries for Chelsea. There's a generation of Chelsea fans, my dad being one of them, that will tell you Leeds United are Chelsea's biggest rival. We sing about Leeds every week. And I believe Leeds fans, I imagine this is a Leeds fan, Leeds fans sing about Chelsea, get your father's gun and all that. So I think that it's definitely top 3. It's obviously dissipated a touch because Leeds haven't been in the league for 20 years. But the Chelsea-Leeds rivalry is up there with any rivalry that Chelsea have. And like I say, there's an entire generation of Chelsea fans that will tell you Leeds United are Chelsea's biggest rival.
Which Chelsea signing in the last 5 years has been the biggest disappointment?
5 years. When was Timo Werner and Kai Havertz? Was that within 5 years? Yeah. They would have ones. If they'd been the players that we expected them to be, it could have been so different. They're the reason why, like those two being not very good, are the reasons why Frank Lampard got sacked. Frank Lampard couldn't get a tune out of Timo Werner and ultimately paid the price for that. So I'd say that those two were the ones that I expected to be so much better. Like, I remember doing a podcast actually around the time that we signed Kai Havertz. I didn't know too much about him. And I remember doing it. And the geezer on the podcast literally went to me, mate, this guy's is a Fulham fan, quite posh. He went, mate, this guy's going to win the Ballon d'Or. And I was like, he knows what he's talking about. We just signed a future Ballon d'Or winner. Geezer didn't know what he was on about.
Who was that?
His name is Jack, and he's a Fulham fan. Nice guy. Do you know him? He literally went to me. I remember it clear as day.
Oh.
I remember it clear as day. He's a really nice fellow. Jack, what's his surname? Collins.
No. Yeah, Jack Collins, yeah.
And he went to me. I went, mate, I don't know too much about Kai Havertz. What do you reckon? He went, mate, Ballon d'Or. Literally like that. You know, like, and also because I'm quite gullible, I was like, great. Fucking brilliant. But no, if Kai Havertz had been good, it could have been like, imagine if Kai Havertz was Diego Costa and was still playing for Chelsea.
A few more titles.
The one that, it's like the one that got away. It's like Sergio Aguero. How didn't we sign him? How didn't we sign Aguero when he scored that goal against us in the old
Sliding
ground?
doors moment, yeah.
The Calderon, man, the Calderon.
Crazy.
How he scored that goal? You know, sometimes a player does something and you sign them off the back of that.
Yeah.
Gustavo Poyet scored against us, and we signed him off the back of him scoring against us for Real Zaragoza. We signed him.
Wow, yeah.
Right? Aguero scored against us, 2 in fact. How didn't we sign him?
Big Gus Poyet, yeah.
Judas Iscariot Poyet.
Oh, wow. Oh, lovely day, man.
Good player, Poyet, you know.
Lovely. Yeah, he's an underrated player, wasn't he? Yeah.
Really good player. If he didn't get injured that year, we would have won the league. Genuinely. The year Man United won the treble.
How many points off were you?
No, mate, we were neck and neck at the time. He got injured and Steve Guppy scored for
Neck
Leicester.
and neck when? In August?
No.
What do you mean neck and neck?
I think we only finished about 4 points behind them at the end of the season. And our best player, or one of our best players, was injured. Yeah, Steve Guppy scored for Leicester, which did it for us. 4 points, see?
It's a low point.
It's amazing how I know that. You see that? We only finished 4 points behind them. I have no idea how many points we got now. But I can tell you, in 1999, we finished 4 points behind Man United treble winners.
That's crazy.
And the following
And
year...
Leeds United are 4th.
And remember...
West Ham are 5th.
Remember as well, the following year, that Chelsea team beat Man United 5-0. Do you remember Jody Morris doing the garage, DJ Spoonie and that?
Wow.
Chris Sutton, Massimo Taibi in goal.
That's a low points total. You wonder if Arsenal, Chelsea and Leeds are more of a little bit more about them, whatever we say, put more pressure on Man United, the trouble doesn't happen. Do you know what I mean?
Well, mate, Chelsea, Steve Guppy scored for Leicester. Like, we gave points away to Leicester, which was ridiculous, which cost us hugely in the title. Gustavo Poyet getting injured cost us hugely in the title. But think about what Arsenal could have done to stop the treble. Dennis Bergkamp missed that penalty at Villa Park. FA Cup. If Dennis Bergkamp scores the penalty in the FA Cup, Ryan Giggs never takes his shirt off, they don't win a treble.
Wow, yeah.
It's like when everyone thinks about Man United winning the treble, obviously you think Sheringham, Solskjaer, Ryan Giggs.
Why is Man United's treble better than Man City's treble?
Because it was first.
Take that away.
I can't.
Competition by competition, though. The FA Cup, who did City play in the FA Cup that season?
Man United, wasn't it?
Man United, so that's better. Our FA Cup win's better than United's in 99.
Yeah, they beat Newcastle. They beat Newcastle. But they did beat Arsenal in the semis.
Having a Manchester
They did beat
derby.
Arsenal in the semis, though, at Villa Park.
City had a tough game in the semis.
No, but...
Oh, no, we didn't. Sheffield United.
Yeah.
But, the title race was harder for us. Arsenal were in it by 1 point into the end of the season. Our title race was harder.
Yeah, but they only won.
And then,
but they beat Arsenal by 1 point.
But then Bayern Munich, our Champions League final was better than theirs. It was less dramatic, but we kept a clean sheet. 1-0 win. 1-0 is better than 3-2 last minute. 2-1 last minute. Way better.
And beat Bayern and Real
If I
Madrid
told
on the
you
way
you're a
to
manager
win it.
tomorrow, I don't care if you want an Amazon documentary out of it or not. 1-0 or 2-1.
But drama, no,
serious.
No, you're right for the
normal-
manager.
in
You're
a
right.
normal
You're right.
time.
You're right for a manager, no doubt. But you aren't right for the drama and the story. Manchester United.
No, even as a football fan, if I offered you 1-0 now Chelsea for the next 10 games in a row, Chelsea, you'd love 1-0. 10 1-0s.
If you offered me this, the Champions League final, Munich, the way that we won it in Munich, or we just win 1-0.
Not at the time. Not at the time. If I said to you 1-0 versus Munich,
no, but you know, football.
Thomas Muller doesn't get a kick.
No, but to a degree, Boo. Football is about storytelling. It's about like the arc of the emotion.
Of course.
And the arc of the Man United story in the new camp. They went in to the 90th minute losing. It didn't even go to extra time. The story is
That's
unbelievable.
incredible. Yeah, it's a better story than City.
It's a better story than
Of course
City.
it is.
It's a better story.
But
And
as a sporting achievement, is it better than Man? Is it better than Man
It is
City?
because they achieved the
It's the
impossible.
worst league. We got more
No,
points.
it is because they achieved the impossible. You didn't. They did the impossible. It's like Arsenal's invincible season, if it's ever broken, will always be better than.
They didn't beat the champions. Who were the champions of Europe in '98? They didn't beat them in '99.
98 was Real Madrid, wasn't it? When did Zidane score at Parkhead?
2002.
Oh, was it? No.
2002.
Okay, 90,
Zidane's 2002.
97, 98.
Who won the Champions League in '98?
Juventus?
Who?
Juventus.
'98 was Real Madrid.
I said Real Madrid first. You said no. Yeah, I said that.
Real Madrid
No,
beat
you said
Juventus.
Zidane. It wasn't Zidane.
Real Madrid, Juventus. Yeah.
Yeah. So Man United didn't beat the former holders on the way to get into the Champions League final in '99. Man City did 4-0 at the Etihad.
But how much weight do you put in my theory that being first makes you the best?
No. What you've said about the narrative, the drama of football, I prescribe that a million percent. I agree with you. I'm on your
What about
boat.
just being first?
But as a sporting thing, yeah, like the first person to break the 4-minute.
Yeah, Roger Bannister.
Yeah. He's more impressive than anyone now.
Who's done it since?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
But
like Buzz Aldrin.
On a sporting level, there's someone now who's done a 3-minute mile, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That is more impressive on a sporting level.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're
So
right.
Man City's
I'm not necessarily. I'm not necessarily
more-
saying that it's. I'm not necessarily saying that you can extrapolate from what you've said to Man City.
No,
Because I think you could still argue that Man City isn't as impressive.
on a sporting level.
I think you could argue it.
Yeah.
I think you could argue it.
They got less points in the league, less competitive title race.
Less points is
They
a
didn't
huge.
beat the champions of Europe on the way to the Champions League. They got a scrappy, lucky win in the Champions League final. It's great for a Netflix doc. We won 1-0 in the Champions League final, right? And then the FA Cup, it was against Manchester United for us. That's way harder than...
Yeah.
Who do they beat?
They beat
sorry?
Newcastle in the final.
Yeah, Newcastle. They can't win nothing.
Shearer's Newcastle.
They win one game. They win one tournament every 100 years.
It's interesting, mate. I'm inclined to say. No. I think you're right. You raised the points well, but ultimately you're wrong just because you're wrong. You know, it's like whoever goes unbeaten next is never going to be as good as Wenger's.
I know.
Do you know? It's just fact, isn't it?
But on a sporting level,
I know, but you see, it's the kind of
if I
argument
say
that
to you, someone, let's say in the next Olympics in LA, someone gets a 9 seconds 40 in the 100 meters.
Yeah, so breaks all.
I remember Usain Bolt more because it's like iconic in Beijing, they did it in London.
Yeah.
So I think as a world, Man City is a great sporting achievement, but
it's like
I'll get slagged off for saying
effectively,
that.
Booth, you're kind of banging your head against a brick wall because I would always argue, you know, Mourinho's team in 05 that got 95 points. Lost one game that season against Man City, actually. Nicolas Anelka's penalty, right? We lost one game all season. I would argue that achievement is bigger than the Arsenal Invincibles. We won more games. We won more points, which is ultimately the barometer, right?
Yeah.
We got more points. We lost once. We won more trophies. We won 2 trophies that season. They only won 1. But I'm wrong, aren't I? Because society has just decided that I'm wrong. Arsenal's invincible season, by some metric, is seen as the best thing.
The story's way more interesting.
Yeah.
To never lose is more interesting.
The losing
As a
once,
soundbite.
the losing once, and winning more, and getting more
as a
points,
pure
and conceding
soundbite.
less, and scoring more. And
If you're trying to make an Amazon documentary out of it, like how Arsenal always are,
oh, lovely Grealish, beautiful stuff, Grealish.
Bosh.
Oh,
Grealish has been
look,
good
Grealish
today.
heartbroken there because that would have been like, you know, if that goes in, everybody's going Grealish's reverse pass.
Grealish is fantastic.
I love Grealish. He seems like such a nice bloke.
Yeah,
when I see him on social media,
I just think he gets injured. Can we not just say he gets injured? Can we not just say that?
is that what it is?
Yeah, I think there's an element of.
But when he played,
I think you
like,
could
he did
question
also
a
go
few of
a
his
year
weak-
without a goal, mate. Like that's crazy.
Is it?
A year for a Man City team that won the league.
I don't know if it's crazy, man. I really don't.
Oh, come on! It's you
don't
know,
know.
you know, if a centre half went a year, it'd be a bit like.
Do you know
"Geez,
what's
he scored
worse?
for a year?
His assist record isn't great. He's not connecting with Haaland. That's an issue for me.
Yeah, he's not.
He's never been look, 1 year. You're right about that. It's not great, but he's never been a guy who gets goals, man. He's like people talk about Aston Villa as if he was banging in 30 goals a season for Villa.
No.
Scored about 1 in 5 for Villa in the Championship. He's never been a guy about goals. He scores
No.
a few good ones, but he's never been a finisher, man. He links play up. He's a smart footballer.
Yeah.
Paul Gascoigne's goal record's shit. Look, he scored about 15 goals for England in about 100
Do you
games.
think he leaves, Grealish? I know you don't want him to leave, and I know you love him, but do you think he leaves?
No, because I don't think anyone can afford his wage. I think he's on big wages. It's hard to get a player out of Man City. Really hard.
By the way, Liverpool, the party has started.
It's over. Finito.
Could be quite good for Chelsea, this. We might beat them next week.
No, you won't beat him.
No, we
They'll
won't. beat them.
smash you up, mate.
Do you think?
Yeah.
The only reason we might is because they might be celebrating between now and the fixture.
I think it's over for you. You're not getting in the top 5.
We might beat Liverpool. If we beat Liverpool, we will.
Might.
Well, we might because they've got other things going on, like party time,
No.
Concert Square, celebrating and that.
But even them on a bad day, they would still beat you. I'm not even trying to wind you
No,
up.
I agree. I'm just looking for a reason to believe that we could.
Go on in, Chris Wood. Let's see what you got then, mate.
Why hasn't he got an
Go on in.
overlapping winger? He needs an overlapping winger now.
Guy's got 0 pace.
He hasn't got pace, but he can finish. Stinked it out well.
Bosh.
Oh, what a fucking strike! What a hit! That was sensational, mate. If that had rocketed in,
That's the best move
that
of the
Gibbs
game.
White.
I think it was Gibbs White.
Yeah,
Gibbs White. Unlucky, man.
mate, that was an amazing hit.
Gibbsy.
Look, digs it out, left foot coming onto it.
Bosh.
Oh, Bosh, that is sensational.
Off target.
Keep off target.
Listen,
Shut up.
he's off target.
Shut up.
See you later.
Mate, Gibbs White is so good. Me and you disagree massively about Gibbs White. You know?
I don't think we do. I think
No, because I think
if I could sign
City
him for
should sign
30,
him.
I think no.
I think City should
He's
sign
not. He's
him.
not Man City level.
I think
just
he's
not good
Man
enough.
City and England level.
Well, starting for England, please, 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 please.
I think it was a disgrace that he wasn't in
Yeah,
the last.
26 man. Yeah, 26
and then he was called up when Cole Palmer got injured
26
and he was left on the bench. I thought that was
11
outrageous.
players play a football match. You know that 26
Yeah, but
guys in a
two-
squad. I
there were
mean,
two-
my fucking nan's in the
Yeah, but
England squad.
there were
It's like,
no, but there were two games.
No, man,
There were
26.
two. There were
Of
two.
course, he's in this 26. The
No.
fucking all of them are. I
Oh
mean,
no,
like,
there's loads on as well.
fucking big
Mason
squad.
Mount isn't.
yeah, he's shit.
James Maddison
He's
isn't.
shit. He gets injured every game. He's in the bottom half with Man United.
It's Mason Mount.
Gibbs
that goes
White is
down
not a
as
Man
their-
City player. I'm sorry, man.
I think he is.
I don't think
I
he
really
is.
think he is.
I don't think he is.
I think he's so good.
I don't think he. I don't think he is, man. I think. Why can't he just be a good? He could be a Champions League player for Nottingham Forest. That's his level.
No,
Like
I
Morgan
agree.
Rogers is an
I
Aston
agree.
Villa Champions League
think,
player.
I think like Ollie Watkins is that. Ollie Watkins is just a very good Premier League player. He is not England centre forward. He is not a potential Arsenal centre forward. Ollie Watkins isn't that.
Gibbs
He's
White
just-
is Ollie Watkins in his position.
Disagree.
In his position.
Yeah, I know what you. I
Yeah.
get the comparison. It's interesting, but I think you're wrong. Gibbs White, Ollie Watkins is.
He's not better than Marmoush. He's not better than Phil Foden. He's not.
I mean,
He's not better than Phil
obviously had a better season.
He's in better form than
Obviously
Phil
had a
Foden. That's a
better
big
season.
difference.
Yeah.
Michu was in better form than fucking Fernando Torres in 2011, 2012. Or Luis Suarez. Like, there's no way Gibbs White is better than Phil Foden. Bernardo's still at the club. Bernardo Silva?
If you're going to reimagine that midfield, Marmoush won't play as a midfielder, will he?
I think he will, yeah.
Do you think?
I think he has to play 4-3-3.
So it'll be Rodri, Bubba O'Reilly. What do you reckon?
Who's that? Nico Riley.
What will it?
No, Nico Riley left back. Vardy, Diaz, right
What's
back.
your team next season? Midfield and above, like the
Rodri. Oh, that's a good question, man. Rodri, Marmoush for sure.
Rodri, Marmoush, Foden.
Florian Wirtz,
Rodri, Marmoush, Wirtz,
please. Yeah.
and then
Foden on one side, Savini on the other, and then Haaland down the middle. Doku and Savini rotate on the left.
do you think Doku? So Grealish potentially leave. If Doku's the next man in,
And then Grealish in and around the squad until he makes my 11. And then no, at the moment
I think
it's
Grealish
difficult.
might leave, mate, or Doku might leave because
The squad's looking a little bit full now with the January transfer activity. I think someone's gonna have to go.
Grealish, you've had a great
I
time
don't
with
want
him.
to
He's
go,
won a
man.
treble,
I
man.
don't want to go.
Yeah, but not being emotional. That's a terrible pass from Bernardo Silva. Jesus, not being emotional. Just like I know you love Grealish, and I know you have a special place in your heart. But someone leaves. It's either Doku. It feels like Doku has to leave, or Grealish has to.
I'd rather Doku lead than Grealish.
What would Guardiola rather?
If you could keep, I know it's a big if Grealish could stay fit, if I could guarantee that tomorrow, he'd keep Grealish over Doku and Savini, 1,000,000%.
Because
If
Grealish
you
isn't
guarantee
young
his
anymore.
fitness. Yeah, I know, but if you can guarantee his fitness, he's a different footballer.
Will he be 30? Is Grealish actually 30?
29.
29.
I think it's 29 now, yeah.
See, it's time though, isn't it?
But
It's
they're
time
different
for him to
right.
potentially...
If you could guarantee his fitness, he stays over everyone I've just said.
Do you think
everyone.
Kovacic stays?
No, he's in Turkey.
And do you think Bernardo Silva leaves?
Yeah.
So De Bruyne gone.
Bernardo's
Kovacic gone. Bernardo Silva gone.
Gundogan stays. He's just,
No.
He's just. It's a contractual
No.
thing. It's a contractual thing.
He won't stay, surely.
The option's been actioned.
That's bewildering.
I think he's been all right. I think as a squad player, he shouldn't be playing 40 games a season in midfield, but I think he's a decent option to bring off the bench.
Mate, what have you done?
Nothing. Gibbs
That was very cold from you.
Rory, that was off target, mate.
That was very
Hit the post.
that was very, very good from you.
Opta Joe say that's an off target shot if it hits the post, which I can't believe.
Don't worry about Opta Joe.
Yeah, but that's what they say.
Do you know who Opta Joe is? Duncan.
Duncan.
Yeah.
And Statman Dave.
Whatever happened to him?
Don't know. I see
He's
him on a
still
few
about?
things. Don't know.
Mate, is he still around?
I've not seen him.
Not seen him for years.
Ref!
Statman.
Fucking yellow.
God, that's a blast from the past.
Gibbs White's got more yellow cards than goals this game.
Statman Dave.
Look at this post. Oh, he's got to hit I think he's got to score that.
No, he has, because he's curled it the wrong way. He's kind of curling away from goal.
He's
Look,
chopped
spin
it.
on the ball is
It's difficult. It's running at pace.
You lace that. You outside of. That's the way you have to do it.
Nuno in his tracksuit at Wembley, yeah? Has he got a tattoo on his arm has he got a tattoo on his hand of the FA Cup semi-final day?
He can't.
That's embarrassing if he does.
Can't have that.
He has a tattoo there.
Yeah, but it's not the FA Cup.
It said FA Cup semi-final 2025.
No, I mean, how have you witnessed that now? What's the
It's on
date
the
today?
fucking screen.
What's the date today then?
Huh?
What's the date?
April.
Look, you don't have a clue. You don't have a clue. You don't know what date
April
it is, let alone date.
What is it? April to
27th?
nearly May.
26th? 27th?
Fucking hell, we at May. Nearly at May.
Nearly May Day. You going to go right?
It's nearly Christmas. Get your Christmas list ready, guys.
Liverpool scored 5.
Yeah, it's embarrassing, man.
Alive.
Sack this guy, send him back to fucking Australia, mate. Honestly, you can manage Perth FC.
We are made of Shankly's best.
He looks like like an ash cloud.
Total football.
Ange Postecoglou looks like an ash cloud, man.
You're a puddle. You've allowed this situation to happen. Why didn't you just win
What
the
are you
league?
talking about?
Why didn't you just win the league?
You can't
What you're meant to do.
So you expect a side to win it 5 times in a row?
I expect Man City to win it.
You've never won it twice. When's the last time you won it twice in a row?
We've won it twice in a row. Don't worry about
When was that?
it. Jose Mourinho. You never heard of him.
There wasn't even Facebook back then.
Jose Mourinho. You never.
There was no
heard of him.
Facebook back
You
then.
never heard of him. What's Facebook got to do with it? What are you, Tina Turner?
It's a symbol of how long ago it was.
What, Facebook?
Yeah, Queen
Yeah,
Elizabeth was still alive.
Yeah, mate, loads of things happened and didn't happen. Jose Mourinho was Chelsea manager. He just come.
But you've not. So you've never retained the Premier League title.
Yes, we have.
For 20 years.
Yes, we have retained.
20 years.
You can't say you never retained it. We retained it. 05, 06. Chelsea. We're going to make it a blue day, and we did.
Okay, when's the last time you won it 3 times in a row?
We've never won 3 in a row.
Everyone 4 in a row.
Well, it'd be very difficult to win 4 in a row if you never. Yeah. It'd be like me going. When was the last time Vincent Kompany won the European Cup? Come on, when? When was the last time Vincent Kompany won the European Cup? When was the last time Sergio Aguero won the European Cup?
Heartbreaking.
When was the last time Sergio Aguero cried in a final at a European Cup?
Yeah, it's tough, man.
There you go. When was the last time Vincent Kompany won a European Cup?
Oh, it's tough. It's tough, man.
Yeah. So no, we've never done 3 in a row. Vincent Kompany's never won a European Cup.
Why did we start talking about that? Oh, because you wanted Man City to win 5 in a row to keep it alive in the Premier League.
Yeah, but we're amazing how we can just go for each other for no reason whatsoever. All I was saying is, I wish Liverpool didn't win the league. And
Why
I wish
can't
Man City
you compete for once? You've not done it in 8 years.
No, we're not that guy. We're not that guy.
What do you mean? You're meant to be.
No, we're not.
You're 2-time
We're not that
European Cup
guy.
winners. You're 2-time European Cup
No.
winners.
No, we're not that guy.
Look at this.
Oh,
Bosh.
lovely football.
Bosh.
Oh,
It's
it really is lovely football.
Finito. Yep.
Finito Carboni. Finito Carboni there.
So Gibbs White missed an open net and he's hit the crossbar. It's an off
No, the
shot
crossbar was
target.
wicked,
And
the
according
open
to
goal-
Roar's transfer marks FC, he's a £100 million player.
He did really well with a volley. He should have scored.
I'm not even sure if he's better than James Madison.
Don't be stupid.
I don't know if he is.
James Maddison and Morgan Gibbs White don't play the same sport.
I don't know.
No, I know.
I don't know.
Just ask me if you don't.
He's having a better
Look
season.
at all those empty City seats. Look at that packed end.
I'd
of
be
Forest.
there, but I have to sit here with you. I've got contractual obligations.
Look at all that. Look at all those empty seats up there.
I was going to be sitting there.
Small poxy
I'd have
club.
to sit here with you.
Small poxy club can't even.
And
sell
our
out
great producer
semi-final.
Jack,
Poxy.
who's on camera.
Poxy. 2 City fans in this room, empty seats in the stadium.
We couldn't do it remote. Oh, come on, give it quick. That's it. All over these. I just hold it in the corner now. Fuck these lot. Honestly,
You'll score again, I think.
hold it in the corner.
Yeah, you'll score
That's
again.
it. Look at it. Just keep it in the corner.
This has got 3-0
Corner.
all over it.
Corner flag.
You don't need corner flag.
Corner flag.
You don't need corner flag.
Bosh.
You don't need
Bosh.
Bosh either. Who are
Look at
you?
this.
Thomas Skinner.
Look at this. Remember when he's waving that
Bosh.
England flag on this morning? Keep seeing that on Twitter.
Bosh.
Won The Apprentice, didn't he? Selling mashed potato.
I don't think he did win it.
Did you not win it?
No. I don't think so.
How'd you not win The Apprentice? They film it in like one day, you know.
They
Like,
don't.
it's like a week or so. Oh, it's one
No,
day.
they don't.
It's like one day or
I
something.
know they don't. No, my wife produced a series of it. They definitely
It's not like
don't.
6 months, is it?
It's ages.
I heard it was like a week.
No,
It's not longer than a week, is it?
it's ages, mate.
Is it?
Yeah.
So I read that they put those coats on to stop that, because they always just wear the same thing to speed through the filming.
No,
So they put these overcoats on. So
Well, I was saying that. I don't know. Like, she was on the job for ages. Like, that could be being in the
yeah. I think they keep them in that. Maybe it's not 1 week, but it's like 2 weeks.
Yeah. No, that geezer, Bosh, he didn't win, I don't think.
He loves his jelly and eels, doesn't he?
I'll tell you what he loves. He loves pasta in the morning.
Yeah, he has a big.
He loves a
I'd be
breakfast.
going to
Dan
sleep.
Dino's calf.
I'd be going to sleep.
Dan Dino's. He loves it.
I couldn't
Bosh.
do all that food, man. Carb overload.
He's a nice fella. I met him a couple of times.
Have you met him, yeah?
Nice bloke. Yeah, I met him a few times.
How old is he?
Nice fella.
Is he like younger
35?
than he looks? Right, yeah.
35? Yeah, no, he's a nice guy.
Got 15
All right,
more
son.
minutes
All right,
until.
son. Look at them
why are
empty
you
seats.
panning
They're
there?
zooming in on the empty seats. Why are they doing that for you? That's unjust.
I think a lot of them have left already. 'Cause I think it was
No,
full
no,
actually, but they've left
that's-
because we're 2-0
Well,
up.
it was full and they've left.
Yeah. You're not there either.
I don't support them.
You might have got a press pass
No,
as a journalist.
I'm no journo. Je suis journaliste.
Who's that?
You don't remember that?
Where's that from?
Je suis journaliste.
See you later. It's over.
It's over.
So when I was a kid, these lot were League One. So don't chat to me about these guys being fucking bigger than Man City. Don't chat to
Yeah,
me.
but when
No.
your dad was a kid,
No.
these guys were winning European Cups,
Yeah, that's a good point.
and you were League One.
That's a good shout, yeah. But I don't know about that. I wasn't born
I
then.
don't know about that.
What was I,
Football
born in
started-
1966?
The date, my date of birth is.
Well,
when
yeah,
football started.
that's the nature of life. You only know what you live through. And I lived through these lot
Mate,
being
don't
League
you-
One
don't-
with Colin Calderwood.
Don't you find that the most annoying thing ever? You know, when someone goes, "I wasn't born."
No, I don't know.
I don't know about that because I wasn't born. Like that Wally on the overlap who did the Arsenal quiz. The most important goal in your club's history. Do you know it? Yeah, Tony Adams. I wasn't born, mate. I have no idea.
Bosh. Yeah. Yeah.
Why are you turning into Thomas Skinner today?
I wanted Nico. Is that Nico? I wanted Nico to score.
Tony Adams scored a great goal for Arsenal. Against what football club was it? Probably up there with like Charlie George. Up there with what would it be? Maybe Thierry Henry in a Bernabeu.
Yeah,
What would be
yeah.
like their top goals? Obviously, the goal at Anfield is up for grabs now. Tony Adams,
Cazorla in
iconic.
the FA Cup final.
Cazorla maybe, Aaron Ramsey maybe. What's the best goal, the biggest goal that your club has ever scored? Whatever. Who was it against? Tony Adams to win the league. Arsene Wenger, double. Never
There's a
heard
lot
of
of pressure on
Never
the
heard of
overlap.
it.
The
Never heard
overlap's
of it. I
tough,
weren't
though.
born.
The
I
overlap's
weren't born.
tough.
I weren't born. Never heard
Yeah,
of it.
it's not
I
great.
was 2.
But you know, I went on AFTV once and Robbie forgot that Vieira was the captain of Arsenal.
No, it didn't.
He, on my life, he did. You
The-
can watch it.
the Don.
Honestly, on my life, he forgot. He just like he was rushed in a quiz situation.
No, but-
quizzes aren't an
okay,
accurate representation.
No,
of
no, but
football
no,
knowledge.
but there are some things.
You have to know that.
There are
But
some
honestly,
things.
Robbie forgot.
Tony Adams.
If I told
Tony
you
Adams
the
against
captain of
Everton.
the 04 Chelsea season, you know that instantly.
Tony Adams in that moment, that
Yeah,
goal,
yeah.
it's so famous. Like I would say, it's like Charlie George. I wasn't born for Charlie George scoring a goal for Arsenal in the FA Cup final, and he just lies down. I wasn't born for it, but it's so famous that you just know about it.
Mm.
And I don't support him.
Yeah.
You know,
But
it's
one
up
thing,
for
I'm
grabs
giving the
now
guy
at
benefit
Anfield.
of the doubt. We never know. I might bump into him one day,
Mickey
and
Thomas.
he thinks I'm slagging him off. I've never even met the guy.
I've never met the guy.
He's got great hair.
I've never met
I
the
thought
guy.
you met him on the overlap.
I wasn't there.
Oh, I thought you were there.
I wasn't there. I don't know him. I've never met him.
Oh, right. I thought you.
I'm not slagging him off. I'm just acknowledging the truth of the
No,
situation.
slagging off his quiz ability.
I'm slagging off.
Quizzes can be difficult. They can.
Mate, it's profound.
No, the quizzes
You're
can
slagging
be,
off
no,
his quiz ability. Quizzes can be difficult.
Quizzes can be challenging, man.
Right, I'm going to ask you 5 questions.
Robbie on his own channel forgot that Vieira was the captain of the Invincibles. Seriously.
Okay.
And I was sat there in a chicken shop with him in Angel. You can watch it on AFTV.
What are you doing in there?
Eating chicken with Robbie. It's on YouTube.
That sounds like a dream come true. I'd love to eat chicken with Robbie.
It was nice chicken. It wasn't Morley's. Let's put it that way. It was nice chicken.
Mate, the Don.
Shout out the chicken guys who made it.
You eat chicken with the Don, yeah?
Yeah. But then he'd cheat and stuff. It was mental.
Would he
He
cheat?
was cheating, yeah.
No, you can't cheat, man.
Yeah. I beat him at his own quiz.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you watch the boxing last night?
I thought it was a good scrap. It was an entertaining fight. I don't think it was a high quality fight. For my limited boxing understanding, I think the highlight was the dad coming out, Eubank.
Yeah.
What did you make of that?
I loved it. I
Hit
love
the
it.
post again.
They've hit the post again. They've scored now.
No, they haven't.
Oh, damn it. Damn it.
It's over for these lot. Up to Nottingham you go. Marmouche! Oh!
Marmouche!
Nutmeg 2 guys!
Mate.
If he bangs this, I'm going to go snooker loopy. John Virgo, mate.
We're going to be snookering in tonight.
Oh, who's that?
It's only a game, so...
Who's it? Who sang that? 2 Tottenham fans sang that.
No, you're thinking of Chaz and Dave, aren't you?
Chaz and Dave sang that song, Snooker Loopy.
We're going to be snookering in,
No, Snooker Loopy's a song by Chaz and Dave.
So is When the Year Ends in One, the Tottenham song.
Is it? Yeah. 61, yeah.
Spurs
61.
are on their way to Wembley.
Hey, there's no black,
because
it's all black and white TV.
The song is When the Year Ends in One, because Tottenham used to win the FA Cup every time the year ended in one. 61, 71, 81, 91.
Except for
No, that's the song. And then it
ended in 2001.
Yeah. Because I think in
2011.
2001 they played Leicester, didn't they, in the League Cup final?
And lost. Martin O'Neill.
Do you want to do your winner stays on game?
Matty Elliott.
Oh, winner stays on game.
What's our winner stays on
What's
game?
our most famous game?
Sorry, naming the lineups. Do you want to do that?
What's our most famous game?
Champions League
City,
final,
Chelsea.
isn't it?
Except that. 'Cause
Do you want to do FA Cup semi-final?
Mate, do neutral teams. Do
Give us a game then. Give us a
game.
Whatever you want.
Okay, hold on.
do it from a bygone era.
What? Give me a range
It's
of
gonna
years.
be an era that we're both.
Yeah, so 2000.
Right,
2000.
No, 2000.
2000
I was born in 95.
2008.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Nah.
2012.
Give me 2012 City Chelsea when Nasri scored.
I can't even remember that fixture.
You don't remember? You
In
don't remember
2012?
Nasri? Yeah, 2012, April 2012.
What, you beat us 1-0 Nasri? I can't remember
Yeah,
that at all.
Tevez and Nasri.
Oh, so how was it 1-0 then?
No, Tevez assisted Nasri.
And what, 1-0 2012? I have no recollection
What
of this.
about the FA Cup semi-final the year after that?
2013?
2013.
Yeah, go on, we'll get that. We'll get that.
But you remember that now because you won the game.
No,
Oh,
I don't.
City
I don't
won.
think I remember it. I won't be good at
Okay,
this.
fine.
So we just got to name the players. I
Name
reckon
the
I'll get the
players that
Chelsea
started,
team if
yeah.
you get the City team.
2013 semi-final of the FA Cup.
Correct.
City went on to the final, lose to Wigan.
Yes.
You first or
So we just name our team. So
One each until we
so
lose.
for example, I go Petr
Correct.
Joe Hart?
Incorrect.
No, but let's just get.
Pantilimon. Who's Pantilimon?
Pantilimon, yeah.
Can we?
So I've won. Is that that's a crap game? Because we should just keep going. Let's get the team
Let's
together.
keep going, yeah,
I'd
keep
rather
going.
do it as a team, me and
I
you,
like the
rather than
competitive
compete.
nature of it, but fine.
Okay, I
You
won.
go,
then.
you go.
No,
Right.
if you like the competitive, if you want the competitive nature of it, I won. No. I won. You're shit at that game. Pantilimon, I reckon.
I knew it was Pantilimon.
No, mate. So sorry, you want the competitive nature? I was like, let's do it as a team. You know, I'll get some Chelsea. I'll get some City ones. You get some Chelsea
I
ones.
would have got smashed by the end anyway because he messed up the team big. He kept playing weird.
So let's just
Garcia.
go through it. Right, the Chelsea team. Right back in 2013. Bosingwa, was he still there?
No.
No, it's QPR.
Was he at QPR straight
I
away
think he was at QPR.
after winning the Champions League? So, Ivanovic?
Correct.
Okay. Zabaleta.
Correct.
Terry?
Incorrect.
Oh,
Terry didn't play. Oh, David Luiz?
Correct.
Lescott.
Incorrect.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I didn't say Company because I thought he was injured that season. But is it Company?
Company did start, yeah.
Okay. Who would have played with David Luiz? Gary Cahill?
Incorrect.
Cahill didn't play.
I think
Alex?
I think Ivanovic was the centre back.
Oh, Ivanovic was the centre
You've missed
half.
the right. You haven't done a right back yet. Who was there as a right back then? I don't even know.
Azpilicueta?
Correct.
He must have been young.
Yeah, because he played left back. You know, there's a chance that he was left back when he first came.
He's not the left.
He's not
back.
the left back.
No.
Okay, fine.
The Man City left back would Kolarov.
No.
I felt sure it'd be Kolarov. You haven't
even
got,
give
you
you
haven't
the
got one.
centre-back.
I don't think you've got one right
I got
yet.
company.
And then you got company, but you went, it's not company. It's definitely not company. He was injured that
Is it
season.
Javi Garcia
Company.
at centre back?
No.
For fuck's sake. I don't know.
You like the competitive nature of this game.
In the corner! In the corner! Up you go.
Hang on.
Back
right.
up to your M4.
The left back, not Kolarov. Who would it have been? Who is the other?
Clichy, Gel Clichy.
Correct.
Yeah,
Fuck for that.
Clichy.
I need
So
another
the Chelsea
centre-back.
left back be Ashley Cole.
Incorrect.
Oh, Nastasic.
Nastasic is correct.
Bosh.
Ashley
What?
Cole is incorrect.
Ashley Cole is incorrect.
Yep.
Well, they're all injured.
I don't know.
You
He
know
wasn't in the
what?
squad.
So
I
John
imagine that-
Terry-
John Terry was on the bench, so he
Terry's
wasn't
on the
injured.
bench. Cale's injured.
It's Rafael
Holt-
Benitez as Chelsea. I've just remembered it's Benitez, which
Is
means
he
Terry's
saving
never.
them for the Europa
Which
League
means
final?
no, he didn't have Terry, which is why Terry nominated him for an ice bucket challenge.
How do you not play John Terry? How
Mate,
dumb do you have to be?
And listen to what
But
happened.
like, when
'Cause
you
he
say
said,
it like that, you're like,
mate, Rafael Benitez said that Terry was finished. And listen to what happened. This is so good from Terry. Rafael Benitez
See you later. What a
Benitez
challenge.
said John Terry's career was over, right? Didn't play him, whatever. 2 years later, John Terry plays every minute
Yeah,
of
yeah.
every game
I remember.
as Chelsea win the league and the League Cup, and he
Remember.
scores in the final.
He was amazing. That's
2 years later, off the back of Benitez saying he was finished, that's what he does. Amazing.
You can't leave fucking
He ran the London
Terry
Marathon
out.
today,
John Terry.
Yes.
I'm
quite
with,
slowly. Quite slowly.
What time?
5 hours, bang on.
Wow.
I looked it up.
With Jody Morris.
Yeah. Who was Chelsea's left back in 2013? Hang on. Bertrand?
Wow. In midfield is Gareth Barry.
Correct.
Frank Lampard?
Incorrect.
Fucking hell.
He's on the bench.
Lampard.
Why is he on the bench?
He wouldn't have it. Raul Morales?
Yeah, I was going to say him.
Incorrect.
Wow.
Ramirez.
Correct.
Ramirez.
I need one.
He was such a good player, Ramirez. I
Yeah,
loved
yeah.
him so much.
Yeah, correct.
Bosh.
Stop saying that. It's not even your catchphrase. Get your own catchphrase. Ramirez would have played central midfield with... So not Lampard.
Not Lampard.
Ramirez in midfield with... Terrible Chelsea side without these guys on the bench. You know, these guys on the bench, suddenly you're like, fucking hell.
2012.
Torres up front?
Incorrect. He came on.
Fucking hell, man. What a waste of money that was, by the way. 50 mil. That's 200 mil in today's money.
Who's our central midfield? So Ramirez?
Ramirez, yep.
Josh McEachran?
Nah.
No. Good player, by the way.
Underrated player. Oh, he's a solid player.
This player that played.
He's a good player.
The player that started with Ramirez is a good player.
We need a clue, don't we?
Ballack.
No,
Incorrect.
he's gone by then. Matic.
Incorrect.
Good player.
Good player.
Good. What do you mean, good player?
Good player.
I need a clue.
He's
Yeah,
quite a
give
good
us a clue.
player.
Where's he from?
We play for Chelsea.
No, where's he from?
That gives it away. I can't do
What? So he's from a country that we've never heard of except for him.
Oh, hang on. John Obi Mikel.
that. Correct.
John Obi Mikel.
Ah, Jack likes John Obi Mikel.
Jack likes John Obi Mikel. Okay, so Mikel,
He's underrated, man.
Ramirez, Mata.
Correct.
Well, we've got David Silva.
Incorrect.
He was injured. He was injured a lot that season. So
Who have you got so far? Yaya Toure only?
Yaya Barry in midfield.
You got 4 left to get.
This sounds ridiculous. Scott Sinclair
Incorrect.
on the bench.
That would have
He's
been
on the bench,
great.
yeah.
That would have been
Jack Rodwell.
No.
He was a
Incorrect,
big
no.
signing that season. Need 2 wingers. Yeah, Nasri.
Correct.
Need another winger.
Hang on, we should get this.
No, another winger. Oh, this is difficult, man.
Sami Nasri.
Aguero up
Who
front
scored
with
for you?
Dzeko.
Do you remember who
Aguero
scored?
up
Was
front, Dzeko, no.
Aguero
Aguero
scored,
and
didn't he?
Tevez up front.
Correct.
So that's your whole team.
Missing
Winger.
one winger.
You're missing a right winger.
Is it simple?
Kind of.
It's random.
No, he did play there for us, but he didn't play there after he left us.
Give
so
us a clue. Can you give a clue, or is it too tough?
I
to
think
give?
that's a good clue. He played right wing for City, but not when he left City.
Oh.
And you both really know him as well. His
Albert
name is
Riera.
No.
He did play for City.
What year are you talking about?
That's like 8 years before. Kovacic.
He won the Premier League with a different club, not City as well.
What?
He won the Premier League with a club that wasn't City as well.
Oh, I don't.
Oh, hang on. No, we should get. That's a great clue.
Fuck knows.
Wait, so you played for Man City, left Man City and won the league. So off the back of this, who won the league since then? This would be easy. We'll work it out. Hang on. Who left? So he's had to have signed...
James Milner.
Correct.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. That's a good shout, yeah.
There we go.
He played
So
everywhere.
Chelsea up top would have been...
You're missing 3 players at the moment.
You've not said Drogba.
Drogba didn't-
Oh, he's gone. Yeah, he's gone by then.
Drogba's gone.
Comes back
So
later.
Anelka,
Incorrect.
Torres.
Incorrect.
What?
Torres came on.
You stupid.
Daniel Sturridge.
Is the person who scored the goal that you're missing, to be fair?
It's not Sturridge.
Kalu.
No. No,
Wow.
Not Kalu.
not Kalou. One unbelievable Chelsea player that you're not saying
Hazard.
right now. Correct.
Wow. Hazard.
Oscar.
Correct.
Wow.
And then up front is...
Oh, fucking hell. No idea.
Hang on. Hazard.
Oh, that's difficult.
We've got Hazard, Mata, Oscar. Are you sure it's not Torres or Sturridge?
I'm 100% sure.
How can it not
and
be?
this is the goal scorer.
I was at this game. How can it not be Torres? In 2013, we played Benfica in the final. Torres scored. Torres Ivanovic scored.
Yeah, Torres came on. In
Is
this
he young
one.
or old?
He would have been older at this point.
Not an Elka.
No. Today is very relevant for him as an anniversary as well, by the way.
What date?
Buvey should know about that. Buvey should know. You shared it earlier. That's why I know. You shared something on your story earlier.
Demba Ba.
Correct.
Demba Ba.
Wow. Good shout.
What's the anniversary?
Gerard slipped.
Slip. Banana skin.
Oh,
Outrageous. 4 minutes left of this game until Nottingham
that's
Forest.
a good game.
We packed their bags back up to Victoria.
You know how you like the competitive nature of it?
You got smashed.
I don't think I got
You had
smashed.
20 shouts at a striker and you said Torres 4 times. That's
Mate.
classic Rory, innit? You get it wrong, you just keep going. Oh, shit.
you made him laugh.
We blacked out on the screen. You have to hold it on.
It's because you made him laugh.
We're back, but there's a green light on my one.
No, it's me. You can see
Just
everything.
keep on roars.
Mate, what's wrong with you?
Keep on roars.
Mate, I
with this
like the
blue shirt.
competitive nature of it. I like the competitive nature of this game. Pantilimon. No. Okay. I really want to do the competitive nature of this game. Okay, let's do it competitively then. Pantilimon out. Boosh, you do it as a team?
Oasis are doing the Poznan.
What's your favourite Oasis song?
Morning Glory.
Sing it.
No, I'm not fucking singing nothing, man.
Sing it.
I'm not
Sing
singing
it.
that.
Let's just hear it a bit. Okay, what's the opening line? Just a little bit. Just give us a
It's
little
a
bit.
guitar riff.
How does it go?
It's like a helicopter.
How does it go?
No. There's a helicopter.
No, it's not a helicopter.
There's a little
Helicopters,
whirring of
do
a
you know what I mean?
No, it's not. There's a
The
little
helicopter with Patsy Kensit landing.
No, not
is-
the video.
do you know what
on
I
the song, There's like a
mean?
helicopter thing going on. 100%.
How does it go?
I'm not doing it, mate.
Mate, what's the first line
I'm
of
not a
it?
classical trained actor like you. I can't do vocal ranges. I
you do-
speak in a monotone voice as it is.
Let's hear your
No,
your.
impossible.
Oh wait, can you sing like Liam Gallagher?
No, of course
But all
not.
Man City fans, they do that a bit.
No, no.
Right, mate, sorted, top mad for it. Do you do that a bit?
No, of
You know
course
when you go to tell the truth. Here. You know when you go to Man City game.
No.
Do you say
Never.
this? Do you go like this? City. Do you do that? Do you put a bit of an accent on?
Not,
when you,
not an accent, no.
So you do it in a Bristolian?
I don't have a Brazilian accent. I've just got a generic southern
No,
accent.
you have a broad, strong West
Do
Country
you
accent.
think?
Yeah, massively. No, genuinely.
Yeah.
No,
No,
do
no.
you do-
I know people that go up to Liverpool from London. They're London Liverpool fans, and they put Scouse accent.
And what, they go like that? When
Yeah,
you
yeah.
walk
and they got a Cockney accent.
through a storm.
I just sing the songs in my monotone kind of. I can't sing things in tune.
But you wouldn't go. So you know if it gets really hyper in the kip hacks, you wouldn't go City.
No, I'll just say it normally.
Sorry.
Doku, that's a foul. Ref.
Referee.
Jota. I'd hold that in the corner now for 1 minute. What a beautiful day it's been. What a beautiful day it's been. I love it, Jack. We're in the FA Cup final for a 3rd season in a row. You can't give me a single club in history that's ever done that. ever. Could be 2 out of 3 finals as well, winning. That's an amazing, amazing record. To win 2 FA Cup finals in 3 seasons, that's amazing.
Mate, if you finish this season in the Champions League spots, which I think you will when you win the FA Cup, I have no qualms in saying brilliant season.
What would you rate it out of 10 if they get top 5 and win the FA Cup?
Top 5 and FA Cup. Judging the season as a whole or kind of redefining expectations?
No, the season as a whole.
Season as a whole, I would say any season with silverware has to be seen through the lens of positivity. Any season where you qualify for the Champions League. For Man City, slightly less than other teams. Other teams, it could be 9 or 10. For Man City, definitely a 7. What do you think?
I would have said 7.
What do you think?
I would have said 8.
Yeah, definitely a 7.
I think if City don't make the January transfers, then I think it's like we're so far behind in the summer. But because the transfers have come in, plus the FA Cup, it's over next season. Do you know what I mean? I think City can really win the Premier League next season.
I think you could as well. Have you seen?
It's over.
Oh, it's over.
Beautiful.
It's literally, when you said it was over, I thought that's.
I
what
meant
you were
like it's
referring
over for a lot of clubs next season.
That was
because a lot of these guys have arrived, like Marmoush. What a performance! That is, I think it's the best City performance this season by a country mile. It really is.
It's a brilliant. Well, it was professional from start to finish. Wasn't it?
Moments of quality. Nico O'Reilly, that block we were doing the quiz. Do you see the Nico O'Reilly block, Malanga?
Yeah, it's strong,
mate,
really strong. And obviously, great day for Man City, but the day doesn't belong to you.
No.
The day belongs to Arne Slot and Liverpool. What do you reckon?
One of the great achievements for any manager coming into a big club in the history of English football, to come in first season, arguably biggest club in England, to win the title.
Mate, to win the
second
league,
title in 30 years.
To win the league, second title in 30 years, massive to do it in front of their own fans, which is going to mean so much to the Scouse faithful. But you're right, he's done it in his first year. Nobody does that. Well, Jose Mourinho does that.
Pellegrini did.
Did Pellegrini?
And the double.
Antonio Conte did, actually. Actually, loads of them did.
But there's something...
Ancelotti did as well. There's loads of them.
There's loads.
Loads of them. We've just named 4 off the top of our head.
There's something about Liverpool that's slightly
3
different.
Chelsea. 3 of them at Chelsea. 1 at Man City. Fergie didn't. Wenger didn't. Klopp didn't.
No.
Oh, actually, there's not many. Maybe we literally named them all. Ranieri obviously didn't. Kenny Dalglish didn't.
Pep Guardiola, no.
Ranieri did, didn't he?
No, Ranieri was Chelsea
counts.
manager.
Oh, no.
Leicester.
Ranieri, Leicester City counts.
Yeah, but Ranieri... No, but Ranieri didn't win it in his first year in the country. Mourinho did.
I thought
His
you meant
first
year
spell
at
at
the
Leicester
club.
City, he won the Premier League title.
But not his first
But not
spell in
Chelsea.
English football.
Yeah.
Arne Slot did it his first spell in English football.
Yeah.
Antonio Conte, first spell in English football. Mourinho, first spell in English football. Pellegrini, first spell in English football. Bloody amazing from Slot.
But there's something heavier about it because it's Liverpool. The pressure. The fact they haven't won. They're not... Let's be real. They're not good in the Premier League if you look at 30 years of history. And now he's turned them into a side that could win it next season.
It really is. It really is amazing. I cannot wait to start next season. But congratulations to Buvey, obviously. But huge congratulations to Liverpool, to Arne Slot, to Mohamed Salah, who has been unplayable this year. And a huge thank you to everybody who's tuned in today. Thank you so much to Sky Bet. We are honoured that they have partnered with us for this entire season. It's been a dream come true for us. They have supported us in untold amount of ways, so we're very lucky. If you've enjoyed the stream, please click like, please click subscribe, and Buvey, we'll see you for the FA Cup final.
Outrageous. See you soon.